Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 45 of Malt and Magic Campaign 2. Very, very excited for this one. I think everybody behind the scenes is excited as well. Let's dim some brightness on my screen so I don't have massive glare on my face. There we go. A little bit better there. Cool. Let's run down our usual shout-outs and thank yous very quickly so we can get into this one, because I think there's a few things we need to recap from last week. Some revelations from last week to go over. And also everybody's just very, very keen to get on the road. So my usual thank yous and shout outs do apply in terms of Incarnate, Alba Radio and Dungeon Alchemist for all things virtual tabletop and mapping. Then there is Hero Forge, D&D Beyond for sort of character creation and token creation and all things game management. There's also a little bit of AI thrown in there. I'm going to talk about that in just a second because we've had a bit of a week in terms of AI. Then there are the DM's tools I use in the background. So Kasoon, 5e Magic Shop, 2 Minutes Tools, the Thieves Guild and World Anvil. So a long list there, all of which are used in some way, shape or form to help manage the campaign and the game. Any sound effects or audio tracks that you'll hear in terms of background music and things like that, and also just battle tracks, etc., is all courtesy of either Tabletop Audio or Battle Bards, so please go and check those out. As I've said for the last 2 weeks, Tabletop Audio is totally free, unless you're doing massive stuff, and then they do sort of ask for you to get in touch with them. And Battle Bards is a relatively cheap subscription, but I think they also do have some free resources as well, so please go check them out. I am in active discussions. I say active discussions. I've reached out to Battle Bards in terms of getting another giveaway subscription. When I hear back from them, we will get that on the show and ready to go for one lucky winner. And that should be it for sort of the shout outs to tools. Of course, a huge thank you to both Homie and the Dude and the Eldritch Press. We heard last week about the upcoming Homie and the Dude Kickstarter, The Wandering Tavern. So we will be posting a link to that on our website tomorrow, because that's on my to-do list, and we will also be shouting about that on our social media platforms as well, just to get you all geared up for when that goes live in the spring. So make sure you've all got your notifications turned on for that one. I know I certainly will be. And of course, a big thank you to the Eldritch Press as well for our giveaways over the last few weeks. We are in talks with Fletch about actually coming and guest starring for maybe an episode or two. And I know, Tom, we were discussing this week where there's a couple of episodes where you can't be with us, so that might present a perfect opportunity, so look forward for those things coming up. Cool. What else to talk around? Yes, you would have seen all the links on the bottom to our social media channels. Please come and join us on there. There's been some various updates and various calls for collaboration and bits like that we've put out. So please come and check those out on either Twitter or X, Instagram or Threads, TikTok as well, and also our website, of which there is a new blog post up there as well. And of course you can catch the action live on Twitch or on YouTube every Monday night, but if you want to catch the videos on demand, you can catch them on the YouTube channel every Friday. There are limited VODs available on Twitch, and we are just about to sort out the settings on that, because I was made aware they are sub only, which we did not want to do, so apologies for that. If you do want to catch the past episodes in different formats, of course you can check out the podcast as well, available on multiple different platforms, so please go check that out. Thank you to all of you who continue to join us via the podcast. And if you are on there, if you're following us on Twitch, if you're subscribed, if you're watching on YouTube, of course, the place to be after that is then our Discord server. So please come and join us on there. There's been a lot more activity over the last couple of days, just in terms of what we're doing, trying to kick things up a notch this January. So yes, do come and join us on the Discord server. There will be many more things happening on there over the coming months. And I think with that is me rambled through my usual shout-outs and thank yous. And so, my friends, it's time to kick off our episode, so my usual warnings do apply. There will most certainly be adult language and adult humour. You have been warned. Let's roll. Still love the intro.
My favourite bit is the bit at the end.
At the end,
cool.
Yeah, well done for adding that in, Dave. Well done for adding that in. But a massive shout out to Achilles for creating that track once again for us, who also did it for Campaign 1 as well. So a big shout out to Achilles. If you're looking for your own musical tracks, then you can go catch him, mainly on Fiverr, to go and get some services from him. We will we'll give another shout out to him across the socials as well, just to make sure that everybody knows how to find Achilles and go show him some love. Cool. Right, let's run down the lineup as I get my brain and tongue in gear to be able to speak tonight, because that's kind of important as a DM.
That's what she said.
But yes, I am Matt. I am your Dungeon Master. I was waiting for someone to come out with it. And I'm also playing the sidekick character of Mace this evening, the Warforged Paladin.
I swear you were going to say Bothrid then, and I would have not blanked. It would be like, yeah, absolutely, totally. I am Dave, and I am playing Jewel of Shadows, the female Tabaxi rogue. Very excited to hopefully be certainly on the way to her home village tonight.
Hello, and I'm Danny. I play Lex Ordo, the UNT Clockwork Sorcerer. And I'm going to try not to derail it early on with sexual innuendos and dick jokes.
Well done, Danny.
Too late, I've derailed it already, fuck's sake.
And again. I'm the father, dad, half of Homie and the Dude, and I'm playing Cabin Buckland, a human barbarian. And I'm looking forward to the potential of meeting the extended family of Jewel, but who knows?
So, what's up, everyone? I'm Bodhi, son half of Homie and the Dude, and I am playing Edgiest Bones, everyone's favorite bard, sorcerer, madness, chaos character. And I'm hyped for the interruptions, the chaos, mums, villages, big, tall, bronze robots that follow us around. I'm hyped for it all.
Just summarise the full game there in a few seconds.
That's the
Bodhi.
recap. You don't need to do anything else. That's the recap done.
I think that was a haiku, dude.
That was pretty good, actually. Yeah. Good stuff. Just while I quickly sort that out.
I am rapidly panicking to open all of my documents so that I know my own family's name. It's fine.
I am actually quite interested to see how the two least trusting characters in the world are going to go visit someone's old mum. I mean, Edgiest and Cavan don't trust our enemies, fair enough, but they don't trust our friends either. So when they meet your mum, she's going to be number one on the BBEG list, I think.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's going to come in. Man, I'm already unsure about her. But
What makes you think...
The mystery's alluring, though, you know?
Well, she's a librarian, so she'll talk in, I don't know, one riddle, and you'll be like, killer! Death!
It's not the truth!
Well, librarian, we shall see. We shall see what Mrs. of Shadows is all about.
Mrs. of Shadows.
Very good. So yes, as a quick recap from last week, then we began our episode with the interrogation of one Dragon Ironheart, the captured and kidnapped elder of Morse Tacey, who Jewel had a bit of a vendetta against for murdering Sylara in front of her very eyes. But also the group in general did not have any time for any bullshit from this individual. So he got slapped, he had an ear ripped off, that was the week before, almost lost some fingers, got shocked in the eyeballs, this guy got beaten to a pulp, and eventually started revealing information about an individual known as the Shrouded Lord, and a few other juicy tidbits that were revealed by Dragon. And then, as Jewel decided, do you know what, this is it, Jewel dragged a blade across the neck of Dragon Ironheart, delivering a killing blow, but instead of blood, smoke emanated out of the wound as you were granted an audience with the Shrouded Lord, or some shadowy creature at least of immense power, who spoke to each of you almost individually and made revelations that had not been made public to the group. A true name, or an old name, a true desire, and some of the things that were going on before eventually fading away into nothingness and leaving the body of Dragon behind. What you then noticed or at least a couple of you noticed, as the body of Dragon fell and you were reeling from that, a shadow of sorts rose in the form of Dragon and then disappeared out of the building. And then it was a case of, okay, what the fuck do we do next? So as a party, you had a discussion around, where do we head? Do we head east to the returned Kingdom of Nylin and go and chase down some leads that way? Do we head towards the village of Stonebark and sort of check in with Jules' family and see what's going there? See if we can track down anything further about Mayanora or M. Do we head, and do we trust the wizards of the Crystalline Isle? Are they shady? Can we trust the druids of Dryamere and the druids of Dryad's Gate, more importantly? And so there was then a little bit of a bomb burst as decisions were kind of made to head to Stonebark Village. A white raven arrived just as Cavan was turning to leave with a message from the wizards of the Crystalline Isle, and the Crystalline Circle, I should say. And some individuals went to get potions, some individuals went to go and speak to Brom and deliver the body of Dragon, some individuals went to go and secure the moose and your steeds and tie them up. But eventually you all came back together and revealed more about this message from the Grand Magister, or the Prime Arcanum of the Crystalline Circle, who had dropped a little hint saying, Jewel, you need to speak to your mother. And so the destination was most certainly set as Stonebark. You all then decided, let's wait until the morning. We have a few more things to go and pick up. We need to sleep. It's been a long-ass day. And so you slept. But not without dreaming. And we know how much the DM here loves to just drop in a saucy dream every now and again. Well, not a saucy dream. That's for the late night show. But a juicy dream, shall we say. And so, just to recap on those dreams. Just to recap on those dreams, because I know there was a few questions before the stream. Edius, you dreamt of this eternal battlefield shrouded in twilight, where it was littered with the bones of the fallen, which all started to rise, and you spent ages just fighting and battling them. And whilst you fought valiantly, every skeleton you destroyed 2 more rose, and you began to grow weary, and at that point noticed this shadowy figure watching from a distant hill with its red eyes glowing with this sort of malevolent satisfaction. Cavan, you were wandering through a familiar forest, a forest that reminded of the forests near your home city, or at least the city of your childhood. But the trees themselves were twisted, almost like their shadows were forming these grasping hands that went to grab at you. And as you walked, the path behind you was disappearing, swallowed by this encroaching darkness. You could hear whispers in the air that promised power in return for unknown services. And when you look up, you realise the sky is not full of stars, but just full, and it's this tapestry of dark swirling clouds that block out any light. Lex, you wandered a hall of mirrors, each reflecting a different version of yourself. Some that were powerful, some that were broken, some that were totally unrecognisable. You touched one of the mirrors, which then shattered, and these shadowy tendrils reached out and tried to pull you into this void. And in that void you heard a voice that resonated with an eerie familiarity that spoke of destinies intertwined and the inevitable embrace of shadows. And finally, Jewel, You found yourself in an ancient gallery, an art gallery of sorts, the walls adorned with paintings that seemed to almost whisper secrets. You walked through, and as you walked, these paintings began to morph, showing scenes of your past, but with dark, shadowy figures manipulating events behind the scenes. And you ended this gallery with a mirror that showed not your reflection, but a shadowy, twisted version of yourself that beckoned you to step through. And those were our dreams. And so, my friends, we begin tonight's episode 45, as you all wake from these restless nights and these dreams that plague you during those hours. The sun just shines through and sort of shines onto your face, Kevin, and wakes you up.
Wake up, I just mumbling to myself. I fucking used to be able to just sleep for, felt like days. I can't get a good fucking night's sleep in this place. Fucking nightmares, visions. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Sorry, Kevin, we should have warned you. Riding with us will mean you are getting some weird shit going on. Glad to know I was not the only one to have a weird dream, but I'm afraid it is fairly normal with us now.
What's the reason for that? We just have a cloud of dreams that just drop on us every night that are shitty?
I don't know if it is the curry that we sometimes have, or if it is fate trying to tell us something. But yes, to tell you why, I don't know. We have sometimes found them helpful, other times infuriating. Mine was.
I've started to take them as a sign we're on the right track, to be honest.
Well, yes, good or bad, I suppose that is a keep heading west, so to speak.
Did anyone talk to you in your dreams? I had a really familiar voice. I can't quite recall who it is. Did anybody speak to you in your dreams?
I mean, I don't know if, well, not really. I thought initially I was just excited to be going home, but it was a weird dream. So, but to know that the rest of you dreams, I don't know. I dreamt of home, but it was not home. It was very weird.
Yeah, mine was same. I dreamt of my place I grew up, and it was the place, but it was darker and it was more foreboding, and it was just fucking creepy. But you know what? Maybe like the fact that I don't know if Edgius is up or not, but if he's also had some shitty ass dreams through the night, it also may mean we're kind of more connected. You know, there's a bond or something that's
to pick up on that, my dream did say all of our fates are intertwined, but it did then go on to say that we will be engulfed in shadow, which was a bit ominous.
It is it is better, I think, to think that we are connected instead of it being that was it Shadowed Lord trying to fuck with our heads. So I much prefer the idea of it being we are on the right track and connected.
Speaking of heads, there you go, Edgius, and I'll hand Edgius' head that his body's looking around for, like Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Exactly. It's actually it's rolled under fucking Jules' bed, and
I'm going to give you a better reference, which is Billy Bones from Hocus Pocus.
Exactly.
True. Yeah.
Hello.
Exactly. So you put that. Edgius is like. I'm not sure I would call it a nightmare as such, but definitely something that I wouldn't want to have happen to anyone. It felt like, at least in my dream, I was, fighting, and you guys know I don't have a lot of energy for that, unless, we have to. So I don't know. It was just it wasn't. Look. I'm not going to read too much into mine. You know, we saw a creepy guy. I heard somewhere that your dreams are just manifestations of the things you see. You know, we saw creepy shadow dude yesterday. We all had weird dreams. I think that's probably more likely what it is. But I can see, you know, the and he looks over at Cavan, the more spiritualistic, I guess, or coincidental kind of position to take on it.
Well, I mean, you could build on that. So, creepy shadow dude comes into our realm of reality. What's to say that? I mean, this might be, I don't know, a little bit uncomfortable or whatever, but they say that if you almost like make an intentional thought about lucid dreaming, you can actually induce lucid dreaming. So what if we made intentional thoughts about entering the same dream, and maybe we could be in like a place that is more like the realm of this shrouded lord and deal with him in a different way. Like, you know, he was more dreamy than real. I don't know,
Dream dance battle. I like the idea.
Yeah. I mean, not exactly, but
No?
You
That's
are
not what
saying
we were
that
going with
Lex's dream of being surrounded by shadows is sort of intentional. We go and surround ourselves with shadows. Is that what you mean, Kevin?
I mean, if you're gonna have a negative dream, a dream like, look, mine was very personal. It sounds like yours was personal, Jewel, about your own home place. Lex, it sounds, I mean, they all feel like they're pulling from our past in a way that was emotionally strong for us. But what if we just, you know, again, this whole like intentional thing, we all go to sleep. It sounds like, you know, campfire boy stuff, but maybe there's some truth to it where, you know, we all think to ourselves, the last thought we have, the very, very last thought we have is we want to enter the same dream together and face the shrouded lord in that space.
I mean, I wonder, is there anything you think we might be able to get any special herbs while we are here that could allow us enhance our ability to co-inhabit a dream? Dream
there
walk.
is there is definitely some special herbs in this hippie ass tree village that we're currently in. 100% Jewel. I do not doubt that there is going to be some herbs here.
I mean, we could drop it on the fire before we fall asleep, and
that feels like a waste. I feel like we should just. I've got some.
No,
I have a religious textbook in my bag that I like ripping pages out of, you know, and then, you know, roll in the herb into a more smokable device as opposed to just trying to put our heads over a fire. It makes my skull a little bit, you know, like dark with the smoke. If I do over the fire,
I cannot wait to see smoke rings coming out of your eye sockets. That is going to be quite a marvel.
It's a party trick. Let's just say that it's a party trick. So what if we do this? So we find some herb, we smoke some herb, we all sit in a circle, and what if, as we're all trying to fall asleep, I like maybe describe like the scene to us, so that we're all thinking the same thing, and we all try and like go to the same place.
Yeah, what about
like
if
guided,
he like a guided?
You know, like a.
Sorry, Kevin.
No, like I hear what you're saying. Like you paint the picture, and then we place ourselves in the picture. We really, really visualize everyone, you know, until you nod off, and then hopefully you go there. I mean, I don't even know what, like, look, does that do anything? Does that change the game in any way? I don't know.
Well, to play Asmodeus' advocate, I wonder if what we really should do is... you put me off now. I wonder if this is a little too premature. Should we perhaps... Maybe if this is a fluke way of being able to do this, we are jumping in before we gain any more information.
Well, what I would be worried about is when the Shrouded Lord presented himself to us, obviously he was in a weakened state. He was inhabiting a dead guy, right? If we go with the line of thought that he did inhabit our dreams, we didn't do it consciously, he did it to us, it seems that he might be more powerful in the dream realm. So if we consciously meet him in the dream realm, he might be more powerful and kill us.
So, is it something that we would be able to smoke these things and not go straight wherever, but to gain some experience, some
Well,
knowledge?
maybe
Walking
we-
steps, baby steps.
we take the
in-
herb.
in-
Yep.
we take the herb. I try and speak to Kronos, an old god, or Mechanus. You try and speak to the Watcher.
the
You try and speak to Paragon. You try and speak to your Moon Lady or whoever you want to talk to, and see if we talk to the old gods, they might have some information on this shrouded douche.
I was even gonna say we could first step it like beach trip. We all try and I haven't been to a beach in a while. I miss the sand. Maybe we all try and dream about some sand for the night. Maybe something like that down the line. But I like the idea of us all talking to our gods. I think. Look, I think there's lots of good options here, guys. But I'll be 100% honest with you. My brain, which is non-existent, isn't working without my stomach, which is also non-existent, being filled. So can we get some breakfast and talk about this as we make our way to Jewel? You said your village is Stone what village?
Stonebuck Village. It is west of here.
Oh.
I have made the trip once. I think it was only once. So I am sure that it is going to be somewhat familiar on the way there. So I am happy to lead. But yes.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's start. Kevin, do you want to go wake up your fucking tin can outside, and we'll.
Macy boy, yeah. Look, we can.
Did we get any potions last night? Did we do that, or are we doing that today? I can't remember whether
No,
we did that
we
last
need to
night.
do the
Shops
shopping
were
stuff.
shut.
I think we did
It was
now.
late.
Yeah.
Okay, dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wake up Mace, and he might even have some thoughts on this whole dream activity thing. But I mean, look, that's at the end of today. I mean, we got a whole day in front of us to deal with, and
Hopefully
how long does
we'll
it take?
cover a lot of ground in this day, I hope.
Yeah. Might get some additional information to consider, but just take some like hand food and walk and eat. We don't need to cook up anything. Let's just
What?
kind of.
The fuck is hand food? You mean like nuts and shit?
Like finger food,
No,
like trail
yeah,
mix.
just make some sandwiches or like roll up some cheese and some meats and shit.
Like, okay, that's some trail mix I can get on board with. Some cheese, some meats. That sounds fucking good. Okay.
Have you ever
do
heard
we
of
wanna go
a
back?
traveling charcuterie board, Aegis?
That word that you just said sounds innately Dryamerian. I've never heard that word before.
It is very similar to what you just said, meat and cheeses, perhaps some grapes. It is very
grapes.
nice.
Yeah.
And what is a grape exactly? I've never had one of those.
It's slightly more in a temperate climate, but quite a sweet little berry.
Oh,
You've never had a grape.
I mean, I've had great times.
I can't.
You
That
clearly need to have
astonishes me.
your breakfast, Aegis.
God
They were
is
so
grape.
abundant when I was a child. Like in the far to the west, there was a jungle climate. We could grow almost most tropical fruits. To be fair,
I've been around this part of the world for so long now that I
maybe
haven't
you
had
tried a
much of that.
grape and you forgot
Perhaps you
because
have
you're
already,
dead.
or
Yeah.
even you have
I
already
bet I
had
used
some
to
and did not
love
know.
grapes. Yeah, I bet I used to love grapes. I bet grapes were my favorite thing, actually. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Could I just say that you have actually tried grapes, Aegis? So,
Huh?
when we go to a
When?
pub, well, when we order a big, I don't know, a vase or a big chalice of fruit of the vine, you know what fruit of the vine is, dude? You know what, like, red fruit of the vine or white fruit of the vine is? It's fucking mashed grapes and, like, fermented grapes. That's grapes.
Oh.
So we have...
I thought you
Yeah.
just like milked a vine. Like I thought there was like some tavern keeps milking vines. Like you
Trees with tits.
Yeah, like I believe, like what do they call it? They called it something in Eleanor when we last went there. They said it was like Winnie. Winnie? I think it was Winnie.
Whiny?
It was Winnie.
Whiny.
Whiny. That was the one. That's the one. Yes, whiny. Yeah. Last time I had that, I just assumed it came from a whiny tree. I didn't realize that there were things on the whiny tree that made it. Okay.
And it is called vino. So you will be able to get a goblet of vino.
Oh, vino. Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we still going back to the blacksmith this morning? We left him a note last night. Are we still doing that?
Yeah. What did we say on that note? I was like phasing in and out of reality last night. I was so tired and
Join the club.
about fucking lords and
we
shit.
were either going to sell the armor that we stole off
Yes.
Reagan, or
make
we
it
were going to
into
melt
a
it
leg.
down to make a leg for Mace.
Those are both incredible ideas, and I'm on board with those still very much this morning. Let's I actually want to pick something else up for myself that I was thinking about just as you guys were talking this morning. I was thinking about some stuff that I want to pick up. So yeah, let's go to the blacksmith. Lex, have you got that armor?
Yeah, it's in my bag.
Oh, amazing. I imagine your bag is like fucking...
My bag of holding?
Is that on the way to Stonebark? Or are we doing detours?
We shall do a small
across-
an hour's worth of
the road.
stuff in the city before we leave.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, we can look for some potions then. If we're doing that, let's get some potions as well. I mean,
Cavan, talk to
You'll
Gibby
make me a survival check,
downstairs. Talk to Gibby downstairs, Cavan, because we were all able to get a piece of clothing personally made for us. See what he can whip you up before we head out.
We are leaving in about an hour, though.
14.
yeah, we don't want to burn another day fucking around and then coming back and having not done anything again. I rolled a 9.
Wait,
14.
Sorry, it was just Jewel that needed. Just Jewel that needed to roll.
Sorry.
Oh.
Even I didn't know that.
Thank goodness.
Survival check.
Yeah, Cavan, make sure you check in with Gibby. I'm sure he can whip you up something magical, real nice and quick.
At least like a beanie hat
17.
that
Yeah.
gives you like headbutting power or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra points towards grappling. Wristband.
Sorry, what was that, Jewel?
17.
17. You would remember it's probably going to take you roughly around 2 days, you reckon, with the moose and travelling by steed to get to Stonebark from where you are.
It was indeed one of the questions I was going to ask, so thank you.
There
But yes.
Preempted that one.
No, that's good. It was on my mind that I didn't know exactly how long, but yeah. So Jewel would mention that it's let's not stay here any longer than we have to.
Yeah, it's like literally an hour, guys. Like,
Yeah,
put it on. Like, should we synchronize right now? Because, it's time.
Synchronize
time just
sundials.
drifts.
Everyone touch fingers.
Okay.
Oh, each other's fingers.
Let us gingerly touch our tips.
What are we doing?
It's an energy passing thing. We'll be in sync. I heard my mother back when I was younger. For some reason, this stuck with me. Said that her and a bunch of women used to do it together, and they'd all sync up. So I assume that just means like time wise.
Right. And as we touch, I'll use that as the opportunity to cast aid on the three of us with less than 70 hit points. Cavan, you show off. So, Edgiest, Lex, and Jewel, give yourselves 10 more hit points.
Beautiful.
And then Matt, as everybody's gathering their shit together, can I do my meditation? But I'm going to say to myself, because I'm still going to be distracted about who that fucking voice was in my dreams, I'm going to give myself disadvantage on the roll.
Ooh,
Okay.
love a floor.
I fucking rolled good for the first one. 2. So yeah, I fucked it. I am not calm, cool, and collected today. But can I
Which
also
would
make a check
explain
to
the
try
whole
and...
trees with tits comment, which was definitely Danny getting
That was Danny,
the
not
intrusive
Lex, come
thoughts
on.
win.
Lex has never seen a pair of tits, I don't think. Not on purpose. Let's. Can I also make a check to see if I can figure out who this fucking voice was? If I can.
Yeah. Make me maybe a history check then, please.
Never mind, it was a 1.
It was a 1, yeah. In your state of emotional turmoil, the voice itself just you know it's familiar. For the life of you can't figure out who it was. Very good. What are we doing then, folks?
Can I just check? I didn't actually return. We didn't do anything really last night, did we? So I still need to return those magical.
Not really.
No, that's fine.
Wait,
So,
you put
Jewel
the
will
cuffs
be
You
heading-
went
the door,
to
didn't you?
you went to Soulbrecker's Sorcerer's Sundries, but it was locked.
Yeah,
It was,
so I'm gonna return that.
Didn't you put the thing through the fucking letterbox?
No, I'm gonna go and do. I'm gonna go do that. Lex and Edgius, you're gonna go to the blacksmith. So if Kevin goes to get us all rations and food.
Actually, could I send Mace to do that? And could I tag along with you, Jewel?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be happy to. Please,
Can
Kevin.
off camera Mace also get whatever moose eat?
Gabby?
We'd already done that last session, so Cavan
Okay.
negotiated with the grumpy druid.
Oh, yeah,
And
Yeah,
just got
got some
some
Oh,
grain
yes.
and oats and stuff.
Yes.
Just before all of the people leave, then Jewel will go. Do we think that we might be able to get some of this herb from either, if we are passing, or maybe Kevin and I can ask the enchantress.
Should be a good one to
GM.
ask.
As someone who is more a man of the people and hangs around taverns a lot, have I noticed anyone in our time in Dryad's Gate who looks like he's got some dreadlocks, listens to some, there's that famous bard, Marley. Marley.
Bard Marley.
Bard
Yes.
Marley, Bard Marley for sure.
Bard Marley. Exactly. Yeah. Bard Marley. And
So we now have a Bard Marley. Fantastic.
is there-
I
is
need
there
more
any-
whiskey for this shit.
like,
Fucking hell.
Every time you walk past one of these guys and you smell the smoke, you suddenly get hungry. Like, I'm not quite sure.
So have I seen anyone who looks like a sketchy weed dealer on the corner somewhere?
Make me. What's your passive perception, actually, please?
Oh, dude, I have high passive perception. It is a middle of the range 14.
Bring it on.
14.
Hold my
I'll
beer.
say it is good enough. While you've not noticed any anybody that's sort of smoking or anything like that, or listening to strange music and just sort of vibed out, you have noticed one particular druid who seems to be very fond of fungal growths. And you remember walking past at one time when they crushed one, and there was just this puff, and a puff of sort of spores, and you'd walk past and had a brief moment of, ugh, that sent my head a bit funny.
Shrooms is a way
Suddenly see the
better idea.
Feywild for like 10 seconds and then back out again.
Cool.
Just trying to work within the rule set here.
Am I the only one trying to
We
make
want 'em.
D&D versions of Bob Marley songs whilst this is happening? I've got no Warlock, no Cry so far, and I'm trying to drastically make an album.
What
Three
the
little,
steel drums called?
wormlings. On my doorstep. Cool. Okay. I guess.
Don't worry, be harpy.
Nice. Me and Lex will head to the fucking blacksmith first, and I'll try and spot creepy spore inhaling druid, fucking glue huffing druid along the way.
I give instructions to Mace to go and try to procure some potions, and then just check my pockets and make sure that I'm okay. I'm feeling a little bit maybe less comfortable waiting for Jewel to say the word for us to walk out the door. Just standing there kind of awkwardly.
Oh, the moment you've told Mace, it's let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Mace, we'll be back. Just you do your thing, we'll do our thing. Edgius and Lex, we're all gonna be back here in a bit. So get as much as you can. We'll see you in a bit.
I'll have the moose and elk ready to. Do we want the cart?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, just have it ready.
I will.
Yeah.
I will make sure the cart is ready to go.
Yeah,
Good
it's
luck.
gonna be.
Paragon be with you.
Mace, perhaps
Yeah.
it is best if we meet at the south gate. It is straight down that road until you basically stop seeing it is city anymore. Let us all meet there, I think.
Sounds good.
Very good.
See you guys there.
So,
Okay.
Cavan and Jewel. Ugh.
Morning.
God's beeping at me. Cavan and Jewel, then you head off to. Where did you want to go first? Actually,
I think we're only going to one place, and that's probably to.
you only go to one place. Okay.
I could be wrong. So, Jewel will head to the Enchantress to drop off the things.
As we're walking, as I just kind of am walking next to Jewel, there's been just some awkward silence, and I say, it seems like, I don't know, we haven't had a chance to really talk, you and me. It seems like it's, in a crowd, or we tend to have something that we're really trying to address, or, that type of thing, but...
You have only been back a few days, but it is right. We have definitely been back and forth. So yes, Kevin, how are you doing?
This is all it's crazy. This has just been a whirlwind. I come back here and I feel like I just jumped on the middle of a roller coaster ride, without even having the bit where I don't even feel like I'm strapped in. I feel like I'm going to just get ejected at any point. It's been a lot. Yeah.
That is a very acute assessment of it. If I can be plain with you, Kevin, I think I am simply working extremely hard to try not to think of all of the bad. I mean, you say about being thrown off the coaster. I already have, and somehow I am back here. So,
yeah,
I fear every moment it is going to happen again. But I am doing my very best to stay strong, to try and not think about that. Just think about that. I left my village to just help people. I already lost someone there, and I wanted to find those who were responsible. It is a drive, and they should be punished, but I just want people safe. And the more we find out, the more I know we are not. And so I try not to think of that. I don't think I would be able to leave the room if I truly let myself sink into my fears.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to meeting your mom. I feel like, I know you, but just when I get to, sometimes when you meet someone's family, you get to know a different version of them and a different aspect of their existence. So it's you must be excited as well.
I am very excited. I am also terrified that when I return, I will not be there, in one way or another. I am so scared. I to say I want to almost run to Stonebark is, it is the truth. But we will go at a pace that means that whatever finds us there, we will be ready. But yes, I just to go home and almost hand over this responsibility and say, please, someone else do this. I am back home having soup, homemade. It is all I want.
Yeah.
So, but again, we cannot. We are going to find information, and it is going to lead us away from Stonebark, and my heart will break a little more, but it is what is required. And again,
Yeah.
I hope that, yes, I become the little teenager I feel I still am, when I return.
Yeah. when he said it, it was like, and then last night all of us were dreaming different dreams, but he said your mom. Like, he didn't say I don't even know who my mom is, but like, he didn't say my family. He didn't say anything about it. He said your mom, and it was like,
to know also
how does this person know your, like that whole thing went through my mind. Like, how do they know? What's your mom's connection? Like, there's a lot of things that I was just, I just didn't understand.
I have to say, I mean, I certainly do not put in any way, and I refuse to believe that they will be in the same light. But for the Eye Mage, the Arcanist, to say that Lex and I need to go and speak to the Elders, and they were at such a bag of dicks, to say that then it is wise for me to go back and speak to my mother is quite alarming. I mean, it is great. I'm going to be able to, but the fact that they may even be in any way connected to this, even if it is accidental, they have information they didn't know is valuable, is still horrifying to know they are in any way included.
Yeah,
I fear for their safety, even if it is that they have nothing to do with it all. And if they do, what is going to happen?
Yeah, it's like, we're in a movie. We're the main characters in the movie. We're advancing the plot in the movie, but it turns out that your mom is a central character actor in the movie, in this story. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a simple way of saying it, but I have no character actors in this story. It's you that has, like,
you
must be
Mace.
Like both exciting and like fucking terrifying. Well, no, I mean, like, Mace is here, but like,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's yeah, it must be.
To
Look,
know
man,
that. What was I say?
I just want
to. 2 days time
you,
to be able to just rest my eyes on them is going to be an absolute blessing. To then have to get down to business, to ask them hard questions, not hard in the sense of the fact that I think that they are going to give us stuff we do not approve of, but to simply be, well, hang on a minute, how do you know this information? Why are you connected with it? Are you all safe? To get to business, whatever it may be, and to have to bring them into the fold is, well,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's the last thing I want to do, because after all, this is why I left, so that I could resolve it.
Yeah. Well, for whatever it's worth, Jewel, I stand next to you, and I look forward to not just meeting your family, but also doing whatever I can to get us out of Stonebark Village and leaving it in a safe place, leaving whatever we find there and whoever we find there better than when we found them. So
I think in the back of my mind is also weird. I mean, it may have been mere days ago. We have been on a journey. Stonebark Village is clearly still plagued by something of shadow, something ill. I promise you we will not be leaving until we find out why and if we can fix it. Because it is clearly connected to what we are doing now, and I hope that we can in some way resolve this. Because the thought of them being in nearly 6 months of whatever peril it has been, yes, I cannot wait to get back.
Yeah, me too. And I just reach, as we're walking, I reach for a twig that's just hanging off a tree, and I snap it off, and I just throw it down the trail, and just enjoy the walk a little bit with Jewel walking next to Jewel.
Very good.
Has anyone been following us?
Make me a perception check, please.
16.
16. You look around. Nobody seems to have followed you. But
I got a passive perception of 23, by the way, if that helps.
That's fine. So I think with your passive perception, you are always acutely aware of that feeling of just being watched.
Putting two and two together with what they said yesterday. That makes a little more sense. But yes, as long as no one's following.
Very good.
We'll head to the shop.
And I think, Cavan, as you throw that stick down the way, are you throwing it forward or are you throwing it backwards?
Just kind of forward down the trail, in front of us.
Okay. So you throw it forward down the trail and just sort of watch it bounce, and there's a moment where you would just turn and look behind you, being in the forest, subconsciously making sure that the path is still there behind you.
Yeah, nice.
It doesn't take you long to then approach Solbraca's Sorceress Sundries, and you can see Solbraca herself, the female sorceress or magic item dealer or whatever she is there, and she sees you arrive and says, good morning. I assumed it was you who knocked last night. I was in something of a deep trance. Forgive me for not answering the door.
Oh, not at all. It was quite late. We are leaving town. I just wanted to return these shackles. They were instrumental, and I cannot thank you enough.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad they came in use. There are mutterings of interrogations and well, what's the word? Disruptions in one of our neighbouring cities.
That is
Wouldn't
possibly the
happen to
best
be the
way of
cause of
putting
that.
it. You have not heard of any shadows, misdealings, weird dreams people are having in Dryad's Gate? No one coming here for an ailment or anything?
Other than your usual cuts, bruises, bumps, scrapes, gout, those sorts of things. No, not really. I mean, the druids are fantastic healers themselves as well, but
Oh, absolutely. If you
there
do,
were
please, obviously, I am making you aware only so that you can, be aware of it and its significance if anyone does say anything. I hope this makes some sort of sense. Just perhaps maybe leave a message with Gibby if you do hear of anything like this. But yes.
Gibby. Oh, you mean Elogius?
Yes.
Do
By all
please.
means. Yes. But yes, that is all for now. Hopefully it is only staying, as you say, and one of the far reaches of the other cities. But yes, I feel that is the best I can say for now. And again, thank you so much.
Could I
Please. This is Cavan, by the way.
Hi.
A pleasure, Cavan.
All mine. Totally random question, and probably just might not even make sense. But I was walking along a trail, and someone ran past me and bumped into me and said something about a shrouded lord or something. I didn't even know what, but I don't know a shrouded lord or anything. But does that make any? They were just in a panic and quite concerned and almost, I don't know, like running away from something. You're local, so I don't know. I'm not from around here.
A shrouded lord doesn't ring any bells. Perhaps it's I don't know, crime boss's name. You get them every now and again, some sort of strange names. I know when I was once in the bigger not so natural cities, there was quite a few crime bosses who used to pick strange names. Like, what was it? I think that the strangest one, the brick something. The brick something. Like the brick master or the brick lord. Or, yeah, they all had strange names like that. But yes, perhaps it's something like that. But no, I've not heard of any shrouded lord. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I told you it was probably just a random question. So sorry for interrupting. And I took take a step back.
They may have been on the special mushrooms, perhaps.
Yeah. There's a lot of that around here. It seems like. So yeah, who knows?
Special mushrooms.
Well, Well, I mean, passing comment, that is all. We have had...
I mean, if you're looking for special mushrooms, then it's Lidymos you're looking for, gnome, druid. Just be careful, they tend to be high all the time.
What is that he's noticed? Perhaps that is why this person was running. No, some of us have actually been having trouble dreaming. Is there anything you have that would help with this?
Trouble dreaming? I'm afraid you're going to have to be slightly more specific.
Perhaps a better way of saying it would be better to have a peaceful night's sleep. Is there anything that would help? A small, simple ailment? Anything you have? For a dreamless sleep.
Well, there's power in dreams. You notice, with your passive perception again, one of her eyebrows is raised a little bit higher than it usually does. Something has piqued her interest here.
Power
I wouldn't be one to
dreams,
necessarily block dreams. Yeah, there's a lot of power in dreams. There's a lot of magic in dreams as well, if you know the right spells.
She will notice that Jewel recoils from the word of magic in dreams. Well, there is no way to be able to control these dreams, is there? They seem to be, and she lets that slip. They seem to be having trouble. They are along for the ride in some of these dreams.
You wish to control a dream, or whoever this is wishes to control a dream, that is.
Well, it would certainly probably put them more at ease.
There are certain spells that can be cast that can aid in this. I know of one particular spell that would be very useful to such an individual.
How do we, or they get that? I do not enjoy magic at all. Is it something that can be learnt, found, or do we have to find someone who can enchant it?
I suppose it can be learned if you hold the right skills. It can certainly be cast. I know how to cast it, for example.
Okay. Jewel looks at Cavan, sort of like, quite interested in this.
Cavan says, well, I guess, are you able to share what that spell is, or is that top secret stuff, or is that something that's
it's
just
not secret
common
stuff? It's just a rare spell, to be honest. Well, I'll be very honest with you that if not for the last 30 years, I think that sort of magic might have gone unnoticed. But most folks who cast this spell call it oneromancy.
Oneromancy. I see. Now, I was thinking of something else. Like, I don't know if this has any relation to anything. I'm just talking off the top of my head right now. But if you were able to cast oneromancy and almost enhance your dream, is it possible at all to enter into someone else's dream, or to try to kind of just explore that dream world where you're combining dreams, or you're asking for someone to enter your dream, or anything like that?
Yes, I've known certain clerics who can dream walk of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So is this
and share dreams.
So whoever can cast it can come along with? It is only them?
Yes, and if they're powerful enough, they can bring others too.
Oneromancy. And you actually know it, huh? That's crazy.
Yes, I do. The magic of dreams is a particular passion of mine, if I'm 100% honest.
Must take years to learn that type of thing, or it's not something that you can just teach over the counter, so to speak.
It's certainly taken 30 or so years since that magic was made available again.
Just have a moment, please. And Jewel will grab Kevin by the arm and just like pull him out of the shop, maybe, or just far enough away, and just start to whisper like, I mean, we are going to Stonebark regardless. This is not stopping us in any way, but I mean, do we set an appointment? Do we bring everyone back here at some point? What
if we ask her to come with us?
Oh yes, I'm sure that is going to be so.
I mean, what could we offer her?
Fuck all, as far as I know, I'm aware.
What about a new market in Stonebark? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just throwing ideas out. I don't know. But like, we need her, right?
Absolutely. We could barely afford those cuffs. I mean, we certainly cannot afford to buy them, and she has an old shop. I think this is something that we are going to have to table and bring back.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, I mean, we can certainly ask, but I know we're not staying any longer.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's bring it to the other ones. Let's bring it to the others for sure.
All right. Well, look. My mom used to tell me you don't get unless you ask, and sometimes you still don't get. But I'm gonna ask. So.
Then all yours, please. I am sorry about that. That was
yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah. No. I'm just gonna cut to the. I'm not real good with dancing around things. I think we could desperately use that spell ability in a very, very important situation. And I know you're running the shop and all of that, but look, here's the question. We're making our way to Stonebark Village, which is 2 days away. And we're meeting our colleagues there, and there's a huge curiosity about us being able to enter each other's dreams and face. Look, I said it was someone else. It's actually us that face the Shrouded Lord, and
I had figured as much.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna tell you, and I look to Jewel, and my look at Jewel is like, fuck it, I just have to tell them. And sort of whatever happens here. We're in desperate need of some help. There seems to be energies and powers at play here that may impact the wider population and lands, possibly as wide as we could even imagine. And that sounds like a huge hyperbole and exaggeration and all this shit, but would you consider, if you just bought 10% of what I'm saying, would you consider joining us to Stonebark Village?
Can I get a read on the sorceress as well for all of that sort of build-up?
Make me then, please. Somebody starting up a lawnmower.
Apparently so. That was pretty garbage at a 13, unfortunately.
13.
Yeah.
She's very difficult to read.
Yeah,
Her face is.
fine.
Yes, it's always this look of placid calm, and her beauty tends to overshine any of the emotions that may come through as well.
Am I getting any sort of even just a mildly interested vibe in just the
well, she's definitely interested.
Yeah,
I think that's clear by the raised eyebrow in terms of the dream discussion.
Yeah, okay.
As to the question around would she consider coming with, I appreciate the ask, Kevin.
It's all right. I knew it was.
Listen,
it's a big thing. Listen.
No,
Let's pretend I didn't even ask you.
Well, no, I'm still curious, and I don't know how long you're going to be in Stonebark, but listen, there are others who can cast similar spells, who, depending on where you are, I may be able to point you towards, or if you head back this way, then perhaps I can help you then. I've kind of built a life here, and with every story and rumour and, well, muttering whisper that surrounds your party of detectives, I'm not so sure I'd manage to return here with all my limbs intact.
That is a fair assessment. I have already died once.
So,
Kevin, I wonder, should we leave either district? I wonder if we can do this. Perhaps when we meet up with all the others, I get them to quickly write down each of the dreams we had last night, and see if we can get them back to the sorceress. Perhaps it would be of interest to you with your interest in dreams, sorceress. Something to ponder on for our return. I am sure that we will be requesting your services if we all make it back with said limbs.
I would be more than happy to interpret dreams if that's what you're asking for. I have no issues doing it.
And
Yes.
just out of complete, coincidence, is there anyone that might know neuromancy, either on the way or in Stonebark Village, that you're aware of?
Well, it's not a particularly difficult spell. You just need to have the right capabilities and the right materials. I do happen to have a scroll, if you'd like it.
Could we, well, if we can afford it, I would love to take that scroll and possibly also the materials, if that is a requirement.
Well,
Then
we'd already spoken about Lidimos, and I think you probably need to go and pay them a visit for one of the materials.
very good.
Yeah, Lidimos.
But the others I can produce, yes.
Just in case we arrive and they are like, oh yes, I can help you, except I do not have all of the right things. I do not know how these work. I do not cast magic.
That's fine. Look, here's the incense you require. Here's the scroll. You need to ask Lydimus for the blue dream mushroom.
The blue one. Okay.
The blue dream mushroom. That's very important. The blue dream mushroom. If he gives you the purple one, then the spell might not go as you wish. The blue dream mushroom. You have a sorcerer among you, if I remember rightly.
We do.
Then maybe.
Well, look,
Maybe.
we will.
No. No. Let go ahead. Sorry, sorceress. You're not suggesting that perhaps our sorcerer might be able to conjure up this neuromancy spell?
Perhaps. It might be a little bit difficult for them. Usually it's... Usually it's people with slightly more of a divine touch, so your clerics, your druids.
Well, look, perhaps we, at the very least, try this first time with someone experienced, and from then we can see if they get a liking to trying it themselves. But holding on to this and making sure that someone is capable is going a long way to being able to learn more about these dreams.
Yeah. I step forward and I guess try to just put my hand on the sorcerer's hand and just look at them in the eye and just say, I really appreciate this. This is, who knows how helpful, but it could be very helpful. And I'm very grateful. Thank you for your time.
I'm sorry, you don't believe we're getting these for free, do you?
Oh. Yeah, no. I guess so. I thought I don't know, that's what it felt like, but I guess I got that wrong. Yeah, we could.
I do have a business to run, after all.
Yeah. I'm just looking in my backpack. I'm like kind of shuffling through my pack right now, and I pull out. Let's see what I pull out.
What is going to be the damage on this thing?
Well, as I say, it's not just your average. It's granted it's a simpler spell, but it's not your average simple spell. The incense, I'm happy to throw in. That's fine. I can get that anywhere in, well, Druids. So, let me think. My usual scrolls. Bear with me, because apparently I can't find what I'm looking for now.
Can we retroactively say, because we knew we were going shopping, that we did do a little bit of a split in some way?
That's.
I'll give you some money.
Yeah, they will say there's some money somewhere. Okay. I usually sell scrolls of this level for around 120.
Oof. Silver.
This one, no, then that's gold.
Oh,
but
wow.
Look, I am more than curious. I am, of course, willing to. And then we're all friends here. A little bit of a discount, rarity of the spell. Let's call it 100 gold pieces, and we'll leave it at that, shall we?
I have a hunting trap in my backpack, and I say, look, this isn't worth a lot to most people, but it's been my sustenance for 6 or 7 years while I've been away from any kind of home that I would describe that anyone else would understand. Would you kind of like hold that in almost like I don't know.
I can do one better, Kevin. Please, if I may. And out of her bag, Jill will bring a ring, and she'll pop it down and go. I mean, I hope this is going to be of fair value. Something you may be able to resell. It is the the ring of spell storing.
Oh. Curious. Where did you come by this?
From a friend. I have no real need.
I don't want to. I mean, I could. If I was a less honourable shop owner, then I've made that deal. That ring you hold there is worth. 2,000 of these scrolls.
And back in the bag it goes. Lovely. So she pick it back up. Lex, how much gold did you give us? Let's just guess. Let's just say that
200 scrolls, I should say, not 2,000.
I grab Jules' hand, and I just say, let's just leave it as temporary, like, I don't know,
yes,
we come back and collect the ring, we give them the scroll back, and we need to take the scroll, Jewel.
Fine,
we
yes.
need it.
Can we do that as a keepsake, not what it would be, a deposit, a guarantee? Can you keep it for us, and we will give you the money of, what did you say, 100 gold, without, yes. Can we do this?
You wanting me to keep the scroll or the ring?
The ring, as
the hunting trap.
As a guarantee for this, and we will ensure that we get you the 100 gold, and you return the ring.
Yeah.
After all, the guarantee is far more valuable.
That. The alternative is when you return, if there is something else within my store that you require, then that ring will provide a significant down payment on a lot of these items, if not the capability to outright trade for them.
Then we will, yes, considering it's worth, I simply, I do not use magic, I do not understand its value. I will check with the others to see if they are interested. If so, they will come back with the 100 gold. If not, then yes, we can use it as store credit with you.
Indeed. Well, if that's concluded, I'm going to make sure that, in fact, you know what, I'm just going to wear this. And she puts the ring of spell storing straight on. Best to just keep it in near sight. And yes, that sort of value.
Feel free to use it. I simply have no use whatsoever.
I might find some uses for it over the coming days or so. And let's say, well, depending on what I store in it, if it's still there when I give it back to you, then there you go, you have certain spells that you're...
Wish spell coming our way, lads.
Very good. Well, if that's concluded, I do have other business to attend to. Listen,
Absolutely.
Karen, it was a genuine pleasure meeting you. You are a very interesting individual, and she looks at you, and there's a moment where you almost feel like she stares into your very soul. And Jewel, always a pleasure.
A pleasure. We shall see you again, hopefully in a few days.
Best of luck, my friends. Do return in one piece.
I wish I could make that promise. And she bows and goes and leaves.
Very good. So you head on your way back to the to Gibbons then. Edgius and Lex.
Well, I think we'll go straight to the gate where we meet everyone.
Okay, you're going to head to the gate. Yeah. Cool. Where you see Mace is there waiting. He's actually managed to get the cart set up in a way where it's almost now got the three moose and his steed there, just all pulling the cart.
Forgive me, did
so
I actually speak wrong
the
with the information we got from the shop? Would we have tried to find the other two or go to the gate cavern? Considering we're looking for a dwarf.
I think we have this discussion.
Druid.
Yeah, I think we have this discussion, and we just we decide that we stick with the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Straight back.
Yeah.
Yep. Great.
Yep.
Very good. Cool. Edgius and Lex then. Where were you heading first?
I think we were heading to the blacksmith, but along the way, I'll be like, "Oh, look, there's that freaky druid. There he is. Look at him, huffing those mushrooms."
This small gnome druid with a cloak that looks like it's made of moss, but there's just patches of fungal growth all over it, and there's the hair is all messed up and just caked in dirt, and there is a small little button mushroom just growing out of the side of their hair as well. The face is covered in dirt, and as you approach, they just look at you, and their face, you can tell they're just out of it.
Edgius is like,
Yo.
"Oh God!" Turns to Lex, and like, even though Edgius has his like skin on at the moment, he's like, "Oh, can you smell that? Oh my God." Hey,
Respect the aroma, my friends. Respect the aroma.
Oh, it's so good. I'm loving being this close to you. It's wonderful. We were told that if we were looking for someone, or we weren't told by anyone. I spotted you the other day doing some weird shit with some mushrooms, and that's dope, my guy. So I was wondering if you could flim-flam us a vibe and hook us up with some of them shroomies, my guy.
Dude, you
Well,
use
what he
a
said,
lot of
yeah.
words.
My guy. Trying to
This is
be
my
kind of cool.
friend. Lex.
Keep it simple, my friends. Keep it simple. Let's not overcomplicate things. What mushrooms are you looking for?
I mean, those purple ones look really nice, to be fair.
Straight in with the purple ones.
Purple dream shrooms.
We want to go
Blue
on spirit
too,
quest.
and red and green.
You said purple. and then you said dream shrooms. Lex, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just
we want to go on a
Dream
dream
mushrooms.
quest. Any dream quest?
Oh. You want the blue ones.
But you just said
Purple
the
is more
purple
about-
ones for dreaming.
No, you asked about the purple shrooms. I said they're dream shrooms. I've got blue ones for sharing, purple for blocking, red for destroying. Red is very angry.
Has somebody
man.
cast slow on you, my friend? Do you need any anti-magic help?
It's a great question.
All
It's a great
in nature's
question.
balance, my friends. All in nature's balance. Don't be
Oh, this
so
this
quick.
is nature's balance. Oh, okay. I'll take all the mushrooms then.
Lex, I think he's
Balance.
I think he's taking his own supply. Good. So, can we have 4 of each mushroom, please?
4. Sure, dude. Just
And do you know
careful
what?
with the red ones.
Why?
The red ones you said destroy?
Yeah, they can wipe out dreams and memories and desires.
That sounds.
Duck.
I feel like you've taken a few red ones in your time, buddy.
Do you have
No,
a menu
I've
or
once,
like
but
a guide chart to tell us which one does what? Like an instruction
Yeah,
manual for
a
each
guide
one?
chart would be wonderful.
Just in case. I don't want
There's
my
only
moose to
4.
accidentally eat one, you see. Right.
if you're looking for the dream mushrooms, there's 4 colors. There's purple, blue, red, and green.
What about blue?
Purple to blue, that's what I said second. Blue to share. Blue is for sharing. Purple to
What do you think could happen
guard.
if I cast haste on him? You think he'll hurry this up?
Dude, there's nothing to lose at this point. I just need to get away from the smell. Please cast the fucking spell.
I won't actually cast haste on him. I don't want to waste it. But
Purple to guard, red to destroy, and green to just dream, my friend. Green to just dream.
okay, then.
Feels like.
Go. Green is good.
Oh. So, can we have 4 of each of those now?
Sure, my friend. Yeah. And just sort of
Thanks.
starts pulling out. It's got a whole bag full of different fungal growths and mushrooms, and he catches one, and it just this burst of spores. I need a Constitution saving throw from you both, please.
Fuck's sake.
What was the purple one again? So I got green to dream, red to destroy dreams, blue to share, and purple to
Guard.
guard. Oh, fucking hell. I'm going to use magical guidance because, you know. What's it? 18. Unless it
Nice.
was.
18?
Unless I was about to be poisoned, then I have advantage on the save anyway.
I mean, technically, it would count as being poisoned, I guess. So yeah.
Cool. I got 18 then.
Yeah, me. I got a 6.
You all of a sudden just attain verbal diarrhea. It's difficult for you to shut up at this point.
It's shutting him up. That's the
I
trick.
suppose.
So, thank you for those. I really appreciate you giving me those. That was, really good. Yeah, hand them over. Yeah, quickly. I'll put them in. I'll put them in my friend Lex's bag here. Lex, your bag. Lex, do you have your bag? Bag. Lex, hurry up with the bag. Bag. Lex, come on. Where's the bag?
What have
Lex.
you done?
Bag.
I apologize,
Bag.
my friend. I think I hit the pixie dust.
Who?
I put the
Who?
what?
Who? The
No,
who
but
does?
Look, here's your mushrooms.
I think he's
Take
been
them
possessed
with,
by an owl. Quick, help me.
What did you say? Wait. What were we doing?
What would happen if I put my bag of holding over his head to shut him up? Just out of curiosity.
You just hear this.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Now,
I think it'd be that, but also major echoey.
Yeah.
Thank you for the mushrooms, my friend. Just put them in the bag. I don't want to touch them. Thank you.
Edgius is going to extend a fist to him.
And he
Much obliged.
actually closes both of his hands around your fist and sort of just touches his forehead to them. Go in peace, my friend.
Oh, that was disgusting. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like I'm going to be sick. Lex, did you see him touch me? Lex, he touched me. Lex, he touched me. It was...
It's okay. It's not your real skin. And then...
That's a good point. You're right. I feel so much better now. Thanks, Lex. Hey, thank you for not touching my real skin.
As much as I want to get out of this, whatever this social situation is, the protocol is I should probably offer you some payment, right? For your services. Can I interest you in something shiny?
I like shiny things. Shiny things are cool, man. I'm all about that stuff. Shiny stuff makes me happy. Like when it's in the sun, when it's in the moonlight. You know, when you put it in a bath,
this will
shiny things
wear
become
off
extra
in
shiny.
just a few minutes. Don't worry.
I fucking hope so.
Let's call it. I accidentally caused distress to your friend here. These mushrooms are easy to come by.
No, I feel
in this
great.
area.
I feel great. I feel like I could. And Ed just starts running around in a circle. I feel like I've got a lot of energy, guys. Like I feel like today's the day. I feel like we're gonna succeed today. Yeah, Lex, you know what I'm talking about. You did your meditation.
Consider us even. Thank you. Bye bye. And I'll usher him on. I'll usher him away.
Farewell, friends.
Edgius is
Enjoy
going to
life's
crash
journey.
so hard on the
Edgius high fives him really hard, and then runs past Jules. Runs past Jules, goes, "Look how fast I am!" and runs past Jules. Not Jules, sorry, Lex. My apologies, Lex. Runs past Lex and says, "Look how fast I am!" as he runs towards the blacksmith.
Very good. So
I eventually
Nimbus is
catch
just
up
there.
to him at the blacksmith's. I've let him just fuck off. Just for a bit of pace and quiet.
Edius, make me another Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a 19.
19. Your body, with its sort of natural changeling abilities, just starts to work through this dust that you'd only inhale a little bit of, and very quickly you start to come down, and that speed and that need to just talk all the time very quickly comes down. I need you to roll me a d4, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, oh fuck, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's a 2.
A 2. Your constitution is reduced by 1 until you until you take a short rest.
Do you eat mushrooms?
I don't know how to adjust that on an iPad, but I shall. It shall be. It's reduced by 1, so. Cool. Yeah, I still have the same modifier. It's fine. I still have the same modifier.
I should think so. Cool. And you just feel this sense of.
Lex, while you were coming over, I made this dance. Look, it goes. Oh, my fucking head. Something like that.
I think the tribes people in my village when I was a kid used to do something similar to that. They had their tongues out and they were screaming aggressively at each other.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. And there was drums, and it was like... Wah, wah, wah.
That's so interesting. I can't wait to hear all about that on our walk today. Dude.
Wow, you've really got the other end of the spectrum, haven't you? What's going on?
What happened? Did he punch me or something? I feel like real tired. Like everything's like heavy. Like my eyes.
Oh no, you're going in slow motion. Just I'll go talk to the blacksmith. You rest. You just sit yourself down on the outside.
I need something though. Lex. And Ed just grabs Lex's face. Lex.
Just eat these, and I'll give him coffee beans.
But Lex, no. And
he's
Ed
sweet.
just smacks him out of his hand. He goes, no, listen to me, Lex. Holds his face. Listen, Lex. I need you to get me something. At the blacksmith.
It'll be the mercy of death soon. What would you like? What do you need?
I need, like, little... You can ask him for the cheapest metal that doesn't rust. But I need little weights, like little bars. Like, I need, like, little ingots of, like, something, like, small ones. Like, they could just be, like... And I need, like... I don't know, like 30 of them. Cheap though. You get them cheap. You don't ask him for no steel. Don't ask him for no fucking titanium. Don't ask him for no fucking, you know? But I'm just saying.
I have no idea.
I just need some bars of some cheap metal that weighs a lot. You get me, don't you? You get it.
Right. Yep. 100%.
Thank you. 30.
Go team. Right.
30 of them.
30. I'll walk into the blacksmith.
My friend's getting me some bars. Nice to see you. I just sat outside talking to a random passerby.
These druids just walking past an elves, just like, it's fantastic. I'll enjoy. Lex, you walk in to the blacksmith's, where the dwarf that you had seen previously snoring against the chair, just sort of looks up at you. Good morning, my friend.
Aye.
What can I do you for?
I'm hoping you can help. Well, a couple of requests that might seem a little bit strange, but I'm hoping you might be able to help me with a couple of inquiries. I have this armor here that I have procured, and I was hoping to either sell it to you for a good price, or if it's actually not worth anything, I just want to melt it down and create a metal leg for my friend who is missing a leg. Do you follow?
I think so. Can you show me the armor?
Yeah. I'll give it to you to
need
appraise
to
first.
evaluate
There you go. Yeah.
You pull out this whole set of plate armor and just sort of lay it down. Well, it's in decent shape. It's a full... Are you sure you don't want to be wearing this? It's good protection.
It'd be too heavy for me. I'm the people I travel with like to stay light on
you do
their
look
feet.
like a slight individual.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, I can probably reset. I'll need to... it holds a hand over it for a minute. Aye, that's magical of some sort, so I'll have to figure that out, but, I mean, if I turn it into a leg, it's either going to keep some of the magical capabilities, or it's going to lose a whole lot. Alternatively, I can sell it and give you a good price.
Yeah. What's the price?
Well, it's full plate. That's a full set of plate. Minus, it's a shame you've not got the helmet with it as well. That would have been a full, complete set. So, yeah, I'll have to knock a little bit off my asking price for that. Or not my asking price, my offer. Yes, I'm. Remember, you're selling. No, you're buying. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's really early in the morning. I'm struggling today. Listen. Yes. Yeah. 7,000 gold. Easy.
Holy shit biscuits.
1,000 gold.
Lex lays an egg. In shock.
You hear Edgius pulls himself up on the outside of the window and goes, "Buy it, Lex! Fucking buy
You shut your
it!"
damn mouth. So 7,000 is an interesting first offer there. As I roll my tongue back into my mouth. Okay, yeah. Just to sweeten the deal, though, could you chuck in 30 ingots, just some little bars of metal? My friend wants them for a project. If you chuck them in, we can consider a deal. 30, yeah.
Are you looking for different weights, all the same weight, or?
All the same weight or different weights? I can't. What are you talking about?
Same.
Same weight. I'm gonna put him in his pockets and put him in the river, and then.
You seem a little perturbed by him, I'm not going to lie. Listen, yes, 30 little ingots. I've probably got some knockoff bits of ore somewhere we can use.
Yeah.
And just sort of gathers up these 30. They're roughly all the same shape, and he trims a few off and it's like... 30. Yeah, there's 30. Yeah, with that, we'd cut... Well, I mean, they're off cuts, so you can have them. That's not a problem. Just take them.
Thank you.
Happy to take this off your hands for 7,000 gold. As I say,
And
if
I'm
you'd
happy
had the
to give it
helmet,
to you.
I'd have been able to offer a little bit more.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me just head into the safe. I'll be back in 5
What did we
minutes.
do with the helmet?
It was left in the house that exploded.
Thank you. Yeah. The helmet. I don't know where the helmet is actually. It's always nice to have a complete set, but I think we've made a good deal here.
It's in more stasis
You see
in
him
100 different
enter-
places.
there, and for anybody that sees Jeff Dunham. Anyway, so he goes into a side room and just slides back this wooden wall, and you see this massive iron safe in there, and he just sort of inputs a little code or something as he twizzles some knobs, and then and there are some very fine armaments in here, some very bejeweled and majestic looking pieces of armor, and then you see these bags that he just grabs a couple and sort of strains and then throws them into a little trolley, and then sort of wheels it over to you. I'm glad I stored these in some semblance of order. Look, there's 7 bags, that's 1,000 gold in each bag. 7,000 gold.
Thank you.
You got the means to be carrying this?
Yeah, I've got a magical bag. It's okay.
Well, won't we all like one of them? Is there anything else I can do for your friend?
I was thinking about buying one of those Hannibal Lecter mouth guards for Edges, but I won't. No. They'll have wore off by now.
Yep.
No,
That's not really
That's
my
fine.
sort of thing. It's more that if it's more clothing, you want to head over to Logius Gibbons. I'm sure he'd be able to construct something of that sort.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, Gibby. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, well,
enjoy
there you
your
go.
day.
Gibby, I've never... Yeah, you too. Farewell. Thank you for this. I'm sure I can sell it on.
So thank you for your business. And I'll go outside and I'll just present these 30 lumps of metal. I got what you ordered.
Edgius' hands in the head, like, this headache. Oh, I don't have a brain, but it hurts. Legs, it hurts.
Would it hurt if you changed back to skeleton form and then you wouldn't have a body to hurt?
Oh, I'll do it when we're out of town. Oh, that's a good
Okay.
idea. And he like pulls himself up on Lex with his eyes closed. The light is too bright. You're gonna have to walk me. I can't do it. You're so smart, Lex. You always come up with the good ideas. That's why it's why you're my second favorite.
Sorry, what? who's your first favorite? It's obviously Kevin, right? That makes sense because you have a past and a bond.
Oh, I was gonna say the one that we gave to the cold guy.
Callum?
Oh, is that his name? I thought his name was Tavern. Yeah, that guy. He's great. I love that guy. His dick is just jealous of that thing.
I'm
when he
gonna
wakes
put
up.
this down to the mushrooms, and I'm not gonna take any of it personally at all.
Hey, like I said, you're my second.
says with a tear
There's
rolling
only
down
4
his face.
people. There's only 4 people. You're number 2. That's high. I'm high.
That's also
You're high.
second
Are
from
you
last.
high? Are you high?
I wish I was.
High. Did you get my bars?
Very good.
Oh, thank God, Jewel, you're here. come and try and help me.
You get back to where Jewel, Callum, Mace, and the car are. And I think everybody can notice that Edgius looks a little bit worse for wear at this moment.
But this man
as
on
you
the
then
moves, we gotta get out of
regroup,
town.
as Lex says that, we are going to take a very short break because we were a little bit over time there, but that was too good to miss. So yes, we'll be back in a few minutes. Join us for part 2, where we will hopefully get on the road and head towards Stone Park Village.
We still haven't left
Tom
town.
still,
No, we haven't.
yeah, still haven't left town. It's brilliant. I love this group for that. Fantastic
Fuck's sake.
stuff. Cool. We'll be back in a few.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
there we are. We're back. Now, I've just been reminded off stream, thank you very much, that I promised I was going to talk about something in the intro and then totally fucking forgot. So, yes, we were going to talk a little bit about AI and the use of AI at Malt Magic. We did post a call for collaborators yesterday, and there was a little bit of questioning
Feedback.
around our use of AI. We'll call it feedback. A little bit of questioning around our use of AI. So I just want to be very clear around what Multimagic are using AI for and why, and what our plans are going forward. Now, we use AI to mainly for me to just sort of create those NPC character visuals right now, and share them with the group, and occasionally they will pop up in terms of tokens or in thumbnails. Now, we're a very small outfit. We do not have hundreds of pounds to spend on an artist to go and develop this art every week for us. So yes, AI is there for us in this moment. However, that being said, I had a lot of discussions with folks yesterday around it, and I've also placed some a feedback poll on our Discord server, so you can go and share your feedback. We want to hear from you about it and whether you agree with it, whether you don't. I know it is a big moral grey area right now. Unfortunately, the other thing is it is here to stay. There's nothing that we can do about that in terms of technology. Can't control the march of technology, so AI is going to be here in the same way that word processors were here. Now, I get around the ethics of how AI models are trained and the questions around that. We were very selective in the tools we chose, which were the OpenAI tools and the Microsoft tools, in the fact that we know how their content is collected, and then how when it generates images, it does things like deduplication, so it will never recreate an exact replica of art that already exists. That being said, we are looking for collaborators. Now, we can't necessarily afford to pay full whack for artists, but what we are willing to do is something I got some advice from some fellow DMs around, is look, we can offer exposure, potential share of profits, and different things to artists should they wish to collaborate with us and help us with these different art pieces and that moving forward. So if that's something that you're interested in and you're watching, then please do get in touch. But ultimately, if you also just want to give us some feedback around the use of the AI tools, then please drop into the Discord server and let us know. We're just a small outfit trying to grow, trying to use the tools that are available to us. We appreciate there's a lot of thoughts and feelings on it. We are not ignoring them. We're not ignorant of those. Just wanted to make that abundantly clear. Cool. Anything else to add from the rest of the crew?
Well, I was going to say, and I think the fact is, as you said, very small, and profits are, pretty much nil from what we do at the moment. But we would all love to get to the point when we can afford to pay for those artists, and you would, to have those artists, be able to do what they want is exactly what we want to do. As you say, in the meantime, we'll see it in the background. We'll see a little bit, because very small group, as you said, Matt. So you put it very succinctly, and I hope that one day we will be paying for those artists to be making the stuff that we know is better anyway.
It's the plan. Yeah, it's the plan. It's very much the plan. Cool. With that then, hopefully that's cleared up the air a little bit, and hopefully anybody watching is sort of happy with that, but let us know if not. As I say, we're always happy to hear the feedback. We won't necessarily change everything just based on sort of fan feedback, but we do want to hear from you, and we are willing to listen. We've got to do what's right by Malt Magic at the end of the day. Cool. With that being said, let's jump back into the show. So we have had one hell of a first half. We've got the items we needed, and we are now going to. I'm going to cut straight to it. You sort of bundle into the back of the wagon. Mace will sit in the front, and just sort of and the moose begin to gallop off into the forest. And at this point, Mace just turns around and looks at you, Jewel, and goes, "So where am I going?"
I proceed to then tell him where to go.
Cool. So you basically just say, yeah, okay, just head west for now. And continue heading west.
Head west for now, and I shall let you know if we need to deviate at any moment.
Excellent stuff. So a number of hours pass, and the forest, as you get deeper and deeper into it, grows a lot thicker, and it slows you down a little bit, but not massively. There are routes through the forest, and in fact you begin to take one of the main routes, which actually leads out of Dryamere as well. A number of hours pass, and there's a moment in the middle of the day where you think, let's pull over somewhere and let's stop. So Mace just sort of comes off the beaten track. Now, is there anything anybody wishes to discuss while we're on this journey at all?
I've got something I'd like to
thought
do. But
Yeah?
I'll go for it, Tom. Go for it. You go first.
No, I would have thought that
Kevin?
Jewel and I will have shared the information that the sorceress had conveyed to us about oneromancy, about the blue dream mushroom, the scroll, and the incense, and the possibility, the rare possibility that Lex might actually be able to cast this particular spell that invites dreams to merge. So we will have probably talked about that early on, within probably the first 15 minutes or so of being in the cart.
And then I'll tell him about the mushrooms we
Yep.
acquired, including the blue one that you mentioned.
Hmm.
And then, so you got the scroll, didn't you? So I could be studying the scroll on our travels as well. See if it is something that would be within the realms of possibility for me.
We passed over the incense to you as well, so you have all of the components at this point.
So do I need to make any check to study this scroll to see if it's within my powers?
Make me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh. Ooh, 19. Happy with that.
19. You read the scroll and you stumble over it. To be honest, there's runes and different arcane languages here that you are not familiar with, but what you do recognize that it's got a similar feel to that feel of chronomancy when that was first rediscovered. And when you first unlocked that in the Crystalline Isle, that this was a lost form of magic that has somehow returned to the world, and that might be why you struggle to read it. You are not 100% convinced you can cast this spell 100% successfully.
Lex, you've got a... my fucking head still hurts so bad. You got a funny look on your face. What's up, man?
I'm not sure I could actually cast this spell properly. I'm not sure it's within my wheelhouse, so to speak.
What if... I mean, like, is it like, you need, like, help understanding how, like what to say? Or is it more like you need, like, you're not sure if you're, like, one person is powerful enough?
Well, you take a look, see if you think it's something we could do together, or as somebody who's used the scroll before, maybe you might have more inclination about it.
You're right. I did use that scroll last time. I'll look at the runes. I'll maybe run my fingers over the runes as well, almost like Braille, to try and see if I can feel any sort of arcane energy and understand whether this is a problem with understanding the language, or it's a problem with like Lex not having the, like, maybe this requires 2 sorcerers or 2 magic users to cast, or multiple.
Maybe an
more.
Arcana check, please.
Arcana. Okay, cool. That's a nat 1 for a 3.
You're still coming down from the effects of this inhalation of pixie dust, and you're a little bit like. But even to you, this, and I think more so to you, this magic, this dream magic, as it's described in the spell scroll, you have no familiarity with. In fact, you probably weren't aware it existed.
Hand this back to Lex and be like, I can't make odds or ends of it either, man. I guess we're just gonna have to maybe find someone else who does, or maybe just roll the dice, as it were, and see what we can do.
I mean, one of the things that the sorceress said was, and Jewel, correct me if I'm wrong, but she really took a moment to consider it, Lex, and it was like she said it would be very difficult, very, very difficult, but she said there was potentially a pathway for the sorcerer. Now, we have, both you and Aegeus are sorcerers, so I'm not sure who she was referring to, but she said the sorcerer could potentially do it, and that's why she offered up the scroll and the incense. You brought the blue dream mushroom. I know it's a long shot, but she seemed to feel like, I don't know, Jewel, didn't it seem like there might be a chance?
Yes. Well, one thing to say is you did take on that other school of magic from the crystalline isle. You found something there. Something that...
That's true.
I am not saying
I'll
to do it
study-
now.
yeah.
No, I really am not, because I think that we need to learn from someone who can do this. But if we can understand and to start to control these dreams... Dreams were one of the things that people saw first in my village. If dreams are connected to the shadows, then it is a force we need to have control over.
Okay, I'll study it some more and see if I can build my confidence with it. Should I just put it as a custom scroll, or is it a specific scroll I should add to my inventory, Matt?
You can call it's a level 1 spell scroll, which you can then rename to a scroll of Oneromancy, and I will send you the spelling of that because it is.
That's for the best,
weird.
There's an umlaut in there somewhere, so...
While all this conversation is happening, Aegeus has got the 30 rods that Lex procured for him, and has taken 2 long strips of cloth, basically, thin long strips, and he's winding it basically round each, probably in clusters of 5. He's wrapping the cloth around the little rods at the top, and then a second cloth at the bottom. So it almost creates, if you were to lay it out, almost like a little bridge for very miniature people, if you if you could imagine. But what he then does is he ties the rods around his wrist. And then he does the same thing, creating a second set of rods and ties those around his other wrist. A third set of rods and ties those around his ankle, and then does another set and ties it around his other ankle. The thinking here is Aegeus realizes that shit's starting to get real. After seeing the Shrouded Lord and hearing all the stuff we were talking about this morning, Aegeus has decided that he needs to start preparing himself. Cavan can take a punch. Lex can really give one. Jules is great at getting in and out.
And dying.
Aegeus feels and dying. Aegeus feels like the space that is missing is almost next to Cavan. It feels like he needs to be a close quarters sorcerer that's engaging in melee stuff and getting in there, protecting the other 2 that are from far. And so he's adding these weights to his body so that hopefully over the next coming months, while he wears the weights day-to-day life, when the moment calls upon it, he can remove them, and in hopes to enhance his speed, possibly even strength. from wearing these day in and day out over the coming months. And they happen to look pretty fucking metal as well now that he's got them on as well, which he fucking loves.
I mean, it works in anime all the time. Why would it not work in D&D? Goku
Exactly.
did it in Dragon Ball Z.
I say, Aegeus, I mean, I hope you are okay. I do not think that tying weights to your limbs and potentially drowning yourself is going to really make a difference. You're a skeleton, but you know you can talk to us.
Jewel, look. This. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. What I'm thinking is this: shit's getting real. You know, your ability with that dagger of yours and being in and out, and Lex has just got so much firepower, and Cavan and Aegeus squeezes Cavan's bicep. Well, we know about Cavan. I just want to make sure that I can contribute something that comes of value to us. So I'm going to start working on making sure that I'm practicing my sword play like I used to when I was a much younger lad, and I'm also going to hopefully work on my close quarters magic a little bit more. And with that being said, this is a good opportunity for me to practice this. And he's going to snap his fingers as smoke encompasses him, and he's going to misty step to a tree branch 30 feet away. And then I'll click and misty step back, and that's my 2 uses for the day as practice.
Nice.
That is quite impressive, Aegeus. You have grasped that quite well. I must say it has got me out of a lot of trouble. And so I hope it does for you too.
It made the headache worse. It made it worse. I shouldn't have done that. Extra dimensional travel through magic hurts. It hurts my head more. Ow. Does anyone have any water? Cavan, did you get any water in your supply gather? Oh no, Mace. It was you. Mace, up at the front. Mace.
Yes, dear boy.
Did you get any water for us? I got a fucking killer headache.
Water, yes, it's in the, if you look on one of the barrels next to the bench in the rear of the cart, there's a full barrel of water there.
Amazing. Aegeus is going to walk over, lift the lid off the barrel, and just dunk his fucking head in it. Just chill there for a little bit, and while we continue on the road.
Very good. As I have just asked behind the scenes, perception checks then, please. Dave
6.
Great.
6.
They've got 1 million.
Not quite. 27. But
I got 27, yeah.
15.
15?
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural
Classic
20.
20.
Now, Edius, I'm going to say you don't notice this because you've got your head in a bucket.
Of course.
But Jewel and Cavan, at one point you just sort of look over to the side and you've taken a way off the path now and started to trundle your way slowly into the forest, and Mace almost brings the cart to a slow stop as he realises actually we're going to have to turn around and head back, and this will be a apt place to rest for a minute. But you see this mist sort of clear for a moment, and there's this strange, almost run-down house, cabin of sorts, wooden, made of wood, overgrown with moss and leaves, but there is a light burning, there's a light coming through one of the misted up glass windows in there. Looks a little bit out of place as this mist then just sort of dissipates to the side, showing you the house.
Cavan reaches forward to Mace. Stop the cart! Stop the cart!
Yes, by all means.
No, shh. Just stop the fucking cart. Shut up.
Sorry. Okay.
Turn around to the group. Heads up, and points to the cabin.
Jewel goes up to Cavan's like, this looks very out of place.
Yeah, no kidding. Investigate or fucking leave.
I am happy to.
I mean-
to go and check.
Do you think they would have seen us?
If we can we just try and go past and then... Is it blocking our way, or is it just on the side of the road?
It's in amongst the trees. There is no more road at this point. You've been sort of weaving your way through the trees off the path, and now this house has just sort of appeared. The main path, the main road, is actually back the way you've came. The way you came. Yeah.
Is this sort of thing normal as we approach your village?
I would know we're nowhere near it, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Look, there's nothing around this.
This is nowhere near my village, Lex. Let me go and... let us just turn around and go back to the main road.
Is that the way we need to go? Do we need to go around it?
I think the main road will be better. Do you want to turn it around?
Yeah. Let's turn it around.
Look, I'm not interested in checking it out, really.
Oh, let's get the fuck out of here, then. No.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I keep an eye on the house then, as the rest of the group turn the cart around?
Yeah. So it takes a short while for you to start moving the moose away, and actually have to sort of untie the moose and start to move the cart around. And in this moment, Jewel, you notice that the door opens.
Good.
And what looks like a hunched over woman just sort of shuffles out
Nope.
and shouts,
Are you alright there, my dears? Can I help you at all?
Fuck's sake.
At this
No,
point,
thank
Ed just
you.
pulls his head out of the bucket.
We're just
No,
passing.
no. Yeah, we've just took a wrong turn, but we're now going back that way. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
It's alright. It's alright. If anybody needs a cup of tea while you're turning the cart, I can get you one.
Oh, no, that's okay. We don't want to impose. Do not ask her to be our secretary. I'll tell her just not to ask her to be our secretary. Do not hire her to join the team.
I don't even know who this is. My head's been in a bucket. Why are you talking to this person? When did we stop?
She's suspicious as fuck.
You look lovely, though, as we will be on our way. Your house is lovely, too.
Oh, we could use some work, actually. I've been meaning to get it patched up.
It's a shame. None of us are artisans. We're all killers. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
Oh, you must be on your way if you're killers.
Yeah.
No killers round here.
And cannibals.
Can I do a perception check on her? Just take a really, really close look at her, concentrating on just her, I don't know, her every movement, her aura, her energy, her eyes.
yeah.
I'd like to think your point blank rage stare.
That's a 19.
Definitely that close.
So you
to
see
that kind
what
of
looks
insight.
like just a standard human woman, but hunched over. She wears this dress of sort of mottled brown, walks with a wooden walking stick and sort of shuffles around. Doesn't seem to be wearing any shoes. Has a hood that's just not fully pulled up, so you can still see her face. And her face, actually, there you can see in her youth there was beauty there. Age has not necessarily taken that from her. Her grey hair is in sort of ringlets that fall down over her shoulders and then out of this hood. And into her belt you see tucked a pack of what looks like a pack of cards.
Nope.
No. It's been a good day. You have a good day in their cabin. Come on now. Get back in the cart. Get away from the lady. Come on, cabin.
No,
back in the cart.
I'm not going near her. I'm just saying that do cards mean anything? She's got a little...
Jewel would like
If you're
to...
interested in the cards, my dear, I can show you what they're all about.
Oh,
Fuck
no
it,
one
why
said
not?
cards. We said
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going yards.
Jules going to seem like she's going to go and help the cart turn around, but what she does is walk around the cart and behind it so she can't be seen, lifts her cloak up, and then continues to walk and basically just walks like diagonally into the forest and basically sees, does she then follow her, who's hard to perceive, or stays on the group?
Make me a
Does
stealth
she also
check,
have a
please.
gingerbread house and a poison apple? Or anything like that?
Great question.
24.
Does she have a cauldron brewing in the house?
The old lady keeps her eyes on the group. Doesn't seem to notice you, Jewel.
Can I do a magical aura check on her just to see what she's put? Oh, fuck! I forgot all words, mate. I forgot all the words in the English language. I just want to do an Arcana
Can I
check,
do a
mate. I'm just going to roll.
check?
I'm just going to roll.
Arcana check is the one I would ask for.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Rolling
You
good.
get the feeling of something magical in this area. There is some magic at play.
How's it coming with the moose, Mace? Moose.
I've said
moose,
goodbye
Mace.
like 3 times. Let's. This is getting awkward now. You can go back inside whenever you want, ma'am.
And then as Mace is then turning the cart...
Eldritch Blast.
That's a,
Fucking hell.
that's a natural one. That's a natural one. What to dis- Okay, yeah. So yeah, as Mace is turning the cart, pulls it into a rut and beaches the cart somewhat.
Does okay?
That was the worst time to get a natural one.
Jewel is the only one who may or may not know anything. Does she remember anything from her trip with the family about this place?
Make me a history check, please.
Should I give the lady a red mushroom? Destroy her dreams.
Oh, magic. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You don't remember a house in the woods and an old lady at all on your travels, but you do recall a story your mother once told. One of the many stories. The Crone in the Woods.
No.
That's a bad name already.
The Crone in the Woods was known for many things. She would help adventurers, she would read futures, she would provide assistance to those who were lost, providing they were all of sound mind and soul and good
Oh, we're
nature.
fucked then, because one of us ain't got a soul
Any
or a mind.
any who chose or presented danger to her or her house or the area around her would be met with equally bad hospitality, shall we say.
Ah,
Lex, I'm feeling some bad mojo here. I don't know. Fucking can't get out of here if we wanted to. Can't go forward, can't go backwards. What are we doing?
You look like
well,
you might be having some trouble with that cart, my dudes.
no, we've got to.
Could I
Thank
be
you,
of
my
some
darling.
assistance?
No, it's okay. You go
It's all
rest
good.
up. Go
Yeah,
rest
you go
your
chill.
weary bones. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
slap
sit
the
on my
moose on the
porch here and
ass.
watch, if you don't mind.
Voyeurism is weird without consent, and then I'm going to slap the moose on the ass and try and get them to run and pull it out of the rut it's stuck in.
Make me an animal handling check, please.
I can now say I've spanked a moose. Magical guidance. Yes, 18.
18. So there's a moment where you smack the arse of this moose, realise they're untied and go, oh shit, as the moose, whatever your first roll, they were about to run, and then you go, no, and just sort of ease them back in and sort of push them out to the other side to then go to retie them in the hopes that they can help pull the cart out over the...
Is it like stuck as
over
in
this rut.
it's wedged in now, or is it just...
It's
Tilted
it's
a little
basically
bit and we can
two of the
lift it back
wheels
up.
have gone into a rut, and now the actual base of the cart is brushing along the ground, so it doesn't make for... There's a lot of friction. There's not freedom of movement on the wheels anymore.
What I
Right,
can
let me
also
just
do
guess.
then, I've got an oil of slipperiness vial I could use as lube if we needed to.
Yeah, and
If
why don't we
the
just let's look? We got fucking Mace. Let me and Mace go on one side. Let's put some
True.
shoulder into it and tip this motherfucker up
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
out of here.
Seeing them trying to do that, can Jewel then go right? She's gonna try and walk up to the old lady, and only in the moment that she's noticed, or if she gets close enough that she's, I don't know, right by the balcony, the porch, will she then, if she's either seen or by that point, will just go, can you read people's futures?
You know, it's not nice to creep up on folks.
I'm sorry, it is my thing. I'm sorry. And she'll lower the hood. I like not to be
That's
seen.
better. I can see your beautiful face, my dear.
So,
If,
do you know our futures?
well, I don't know them, but I can read them. If you'd be willing to pull 3 cards.
Danny wants you to do it, but Lex is like, ooh.
So looks over at the other lot trying to get it out. 3 cards? The cards will tell me?
The cards will tell me, and I can interpret and tell you.
Then I would love to know.
Well, please take a seat. And as if by magic, a wooden table just out of mist and a chair appear.
Yeah, the chair's a mimic. No. Jewel will go and sit down.
As Jewel sits down, Edges is going to cast Gust on the back of the fucking cart to get it to get it out basically, and to get it
Very
hopefully
good.
moving again.
So, Kevin, make me a strength check. In fact, we'll make this an athletics check, but do so at advantage because Mace will be helping.
Ooh. It's a 19.
19. So between you and Mace, as you sort of lift and wiggle, and then there's the gust, and you just eventually manage to get the car out of this rut and back on all 4 wheels, and the moose are all tied up again. And at this point, you notice that Jewel has sat down with this old lady. And the old lady takes out the pack of cards.
Jewel, we've fixed the cart.
Yep, time to go. We're burning daylight, Jewel. Cart's ready to go. We're ready to go. All good.
One moment.
Thank you, dude.
Just,
yeah.
please.
Fuck's sake.
Okay.
And the old lady holds up her hand
Lex,
as
what
well.
do we do?
No, there's no rush. This one wants a cards reading.
I'll use message cantrip to say to Edges, this could be bad for us.
Jewel, are you sure you want this?
We are perfectly safe, and I do want this.
Okay.
Very well, then.
She takes out, opens this little leather pouch and waves a hand, and these cards just sort of flutter out around and begin to shuffle themselves and then land in a perfectly neat deck on top of the table.
You will draw 3, and you will place them next to each other in a line, and then we will turn them one by one. Is this clear?
Yes.
Very well, my dear, when you are ready, but only when you are ready.
Jewel will close her eyes. And she'll think about the future, the village and her family, and the Watcher. She'll then open them and draw 3 cards.
Very good. And you take 3 cards and place them face down next to each other. And at that point, the crone, the old lady, just clicks. And the cards that were in the deck just flutter back into the pouch, which she closes and places on the side. And without touching the cards, she just sort of waves her hand one by one over them. And they lift and flip and then return to the table.
Well, there's nothing of the major sort in here. That's one thing to be encouraged by, I guess. You have the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, and the 4 of Pentacles.
Speak up so we can all hear you.
This is for Jewel and Jewel alone.
Oh,
You know my name?
okay. My bad.
I know many things, my dear. Home you is wishing to get to, and you'll get there soon enough. I thank you for showing me the proper etiquette. Let me show you something in return.
The cards begin to glow. And sort of that first one, that the 4 of Wands lights up.
You started off, well, long ago, in a place of celebration and stability. Somewhere you wish to return to, I think. And you look forward to the future. Look forward to planning. I sense concern and caution.
As the middle card now begins to glow.
You need not be so focused on material security to the point of, well, stagnation. Be fluid, be open. You must find your balance between security and being open to new experiences, my dear, and changes.
I elbow
The
Lex,
final card begins to glow.
and I say, I think I heard her say balance. Did you hear that?
She said it's not for us, so I followed the protocol, and I'm trying not to eavesdrop, but yeah, I think I heard that too.
Yeah, okay, I'll try not to listen either.
As we both lean in.
And as that, as that final card begins to glow, yeah, there's that moment. I'll try not to listen.
And this is like, shut
That
up, I
final
can't hear what
card.
she's saying.
The final card glows.
Now your 4 of Pentacles. This suggests progression. That joyous past to thoughtful anticipation to a future where your challenge is going to be, or might be, to ensure security without sacrificing your personal growth. Don't close yourself off to life's experiences, Jewel. Don't be like your father.
Can I say something really weird like that? What do you mean?
You'll find out soon enough.
Thank you. I do not
You are welcome,
know
Jewel.
what to make of this.
Patience. Listen to the message that was said. Don't focus so much on the security. Open yourself to life's experiences, my dear. Caution is good, but in moderation and balance.
Well, I came to speak to you, didn't I?
You did, my dear. You did.
She looks over at the group. We are... we can leave?
Nothing was ever keeping you here, my dear.
Apart from curiosity, I see.
That's the way. It's always the way.
I wish I could say thank you for the information you've given, but it weighs on me. However, I can say it was good to meet you.
It was good to see you, Jewel. I hope our paths cross again in the future.
I have a feeling
Although
they
I
may.
sense there's already eyes watching you from afar.
Do you know whose eyes?
You already know whose eyes.
That is what I
You've been
feared.
there. I think your fears are not what I refer to, though. That sense of being watched, yes, that's what you fear. The eyes upon you, they are ancient, they are powerful. They imbue you.
So much.
I say again, Jewel, don't close yourself off to experiences.
You are, wise beyond even your years. Thank you.
My years are deceptive, my dear.
Then you
Guys,
are
I
opportune.
think
Thank you.
Go.
Good day.
Go.
Travel well, my friend.
Guys, I think she said something about Jewel needing to travel farther or something like that. Something about like don't go farther or don't.
No. It was her fucking father. It was her father.
You sure it wasn't farther like a distance measurement?
Dude, you don't even have ears. I fucking heard it.
That hurts my feelings. But is a brutally honest point that I can't escape.
I'm just trying to be helpful here. The word was father. I heard it. Look, I know that word.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Papa.
Jewel has basically walked from the old lady up to the group at this point. Doesn't even interact with them talking. It's just like, I don't know, that sort of like just lost, just distracted.
Cavan turns to Lex and just makes this gesture. He's going like to indicate balance again. Twice she said balance. It keeps coming back around to us.
I know, Jewel. I know it was personal to you, but do you feel like you could share the bits we didn't hear? Not that we were actively listening. I mean, but there's some words I thought I heard that I think could be relevant to the group.
Yes. Let us get back on the road. I will fill you in. That was, well, enlightening, I think is a word to use. Please, let us go. And I'll start from the beginning.
I will just say before you do that then, just as you set off, you all look back towards the old woman who just holds up one hand off the walking stick and waves. And as she waves, you can see on the table behind her there are 3 lines of 3 cards. 3 readings that were not taken. And you continue on your journey.
You need more leather in your life. You're not... Doesn't matter.
Did she want to read all of our... Like,
I'm
Oh, man, I'm so confused.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, so initially, I just wanted to distract her while you guys got sorted. I do remember a tale. You never know how true these are, from my mum. She said that this lady will tell your futures, but if you in any way are not true of heart and wish them ill, then you will not see a favorable outcome. Anyway, wondering if this was the lady or similar. I wanted to, at the very least, give you time, but something drew me in. I mean, we are all looking for information and ways forward, so I asked. I'm not keen on magic, but I was never ill of ease while that was happening. Yes, she spoke of many things. It is all rattled around in my head, but yes, there is something about my father that keeps ringing with me. I should not... I feel my father may have not followed a path that they should have. Maybe they settled a little too much. I don't know. It is all rattled in my head. And I'm sorry, you were talking about balance? She did say this.
What did she say?
Yeah, it just seems like whenever there's something of significance, a thread of wisdom, there's always the mention of balance. It happened when I spoke about Paragon. It happened with Lex in a conversation with him. It happened with this wise old woman. It keeps happening. Is that a coincidence, or is that a message? Is that an instruction?
I have to say I do not believe in coincidences now anymore. I think we have seen far too much connection. She did also mention to me I need to, well, for want of a better word, experience more. I definitely do hold back. I try to stick to the shadows. Pun intended, I suppose, but I need to try and see more. She also was aware of the Watcher. I was quite surprised.
Jewel, obviously, you know, you've just come off of this adrenaline-fueled card reading situation.
I mean, is this what it was like at Yes? Or was the mushrooms? Is this similar?
Oh,
I feel in a daze.
They were radical, to say the least. But no, my point being is, Jewel, you know, you've got to take what this lady has said to you and remember 2 things. You know, first of all, that we carve our own path. No God, no Watcher, no clock guy, no propaganda. None of that, you know, can make the decisions for us. Only we can make those decisions in the actions that we choose to do in the moment that we do them. So nothing is set out. But also the other thing I would say is, I know we were just here and that was a weird situation. Some of us wanted to go. You then sat and stayed, you know, like, I just want you to remember that old saying that has been around this Dryamerian area for a very, very long time. Remember, curiosity did kill the cat, and sometimes, though this person has told you to step out of your shell and, experience more, that can be, dangerous at times. So, everything in moderation. Well, sometimes
Yes.
including moderation.
You are absolutely right. I do not want to go and poke the bear, another phrase from the forest. But what we are searching for is in the shadows. We are going to have to go where normal people don't. We are going to have to step outside of our comfort zone and find out what we need to know and what people don't want us to know. It is going to put us in danger, and if anyone here is not ready for this, I know I'm not ready for it, but I accept it. And we have to accept it. Otherwise, this is the wrong path for us.
I simply mean, let's all just, communicate, check in with one another, and make sure that it's the right way forward. Hey, look, I try new things all the time. I'm all about new foods, new people, new music. I'm all about that, but also at the same time, recklessness can lead to, unnecessary amounts of danger. And I just want you to remember that. But, hey, we support you. You got to do what you got to do. And if that means being reckless sometimes, then yes, of course. Then let's we'll be there to back you up. But in the same breath,
I'm sorry, you are right. It was very reckless of me to do this. I was simply trying to give you time. I suppose in hindsight, taking an invisibility potion and hiding in a very well guarded room with some very powerful people was also very dangerous and reckless. It did not feel that way in the time. We thought we were going to, for want of a better word, catch them with their pants down. But yes, a lot of these things have been quite reckless. I do not want them to be reckless. I want them to be
measured, almost like
a measured risk, a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Something where we go, it is better to do this than nothing. And otherwise, but I feel that there are going to be a few times we are going to have to just take that plunge. Follow our impulses to leap.
Yeah.
I think we are right on the edge of discovery here, and I think it's without needless danger, we are going to have to listen to that little thought in the back of our heads. We get to the edge of a cliff and it says jump. I think we have to occasionally listen.
Jewel, just a question, and if this is too personal, please tell me so. We're heading to Stonebark Village to see your mom, and this lady has mentioned your father. Is there anything about either of your parents, your mother or father, that would be important for us to know? Something about your, I don't know, past relationship, past separation, past last encounters, anything at all that you think, again, stepping into the unknown now, might be valuable for us?
Honestly, I do not. I mean, apart from the fact that of the village, my mother she was quite learned. She loved her books. She kept the local sort of all the books, the files, the history of the place. So a librarian of sorts, just small. Was very interested in just keeping note of what was happening. A record keeper of sorts. Just, she found it calming. It is where I learned actually the starting of how I was able to forge my paperwork. I was able to copy some stuff, and that is where I learnt it from. My father, on the other hand, was just a simple blacksmith. I mean, simple, maybe not. They did create locks and sconces, door handles, so fairly intricate, I suppose, but they still had very simple mechanisms and uses. Again, it is how I learned that they could be bypassed, broken, how they could have tricks put into lamps and stuff. But again,
I think
that is it. They are simple work people of a small village.
I think Jewel Cavan was maybe referring more to like, how do you feel? Like, do you have a good relationship with your mom at this point? Like, is your dad in the picture? You haven't mentioned him up until
yes,
a minute ago.
I have a great relationship. I have tried to keep my family away from this because I want to keep them safe. I have not told you much because, again, we are on the road and we are in danger. So, yes, I have a family. My mum, my dad, even my sister. They are back there. You will meet them, I hope. But
Is your sister older or younger than you?
she is younger. It is
nice.
I think one of the reasons why I was picked. A certain set of skills, but I mean, she is very good at tracking, but a little young to be sent away. I was therefore the natural choice, and I was happy to do so. I know I have intimated it before, but I did lose someone, a friend, to this horrible plight that is on the village, and I wanted it stopped. So I suppose I volunteered, as well as it being a certain, a certain set of skills that was quite useful. They have certainly grown, that is for sure.
Well, I'm excited to meet them, and I'm sure you're super excited to see them as well. I hope whatever plight was, on the village is more or less dealt with, and we can come back and possibly, find out.
From the information we have found, unfortunately, I think it has only got worse. But I again hope that it is, the people have kept somewhat safe. It is hard enough to think that it has terrorized the village. I hope there has been no more deaths. But I fear there has been. We have been surrounded by it, and I will never become numb to it.
Can I roll a investigation check just to see if I'm sensing Jewel is holding anything back about
Maybe an insight
family
check
relations?
instead, please.
Insight. Oof.
Jewel, you can make me a persuasion or deception check if there is anything. Entirely up to you. Just let me know the result if you can privately.
Yeah.
Lex, do you have any family? I don't think I've asked you that either.
I did back before I was taken through the portal, but that was so many years ago. I think they all might be dead now.
I rolled a
Kevin,
5.
what was your
I'm sorry to
insight
hear
check?
that,
You
man.
rolled a 5. Very good. So you, as far as you're concerned, don't pick up
It's
on
all-
anything else from Jewel. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Aegeus and Lex.
That's super sucks, Lex. I'm super sorry about that. I hope we can maybe fill that void for you as the years come. Do you,
Yeah,
you
I've had
go for it. What were you gonna say?
I've had 30 years to come to terms with it. Something I discussed in Mechanics, I think, with what went on that day. Although I remember it differently now, what happened. If anything, that further solidifies the fact that my mom, dad, my brother are probably dead by trying to save me being sacrificed. So, yeah.
And I know,
Wow.
Kevin, my folks are dead. Kevin, you're missing some folks. It sounds like we all got a good few family traumas that we're walking around with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird that we're just bringing this up now. It's almost like Either we didn't think it was important, or we thought it was too important. I don't know. But here we are.
Well, to be honest, I've been dealing with my current traumas from what I've been experiencing over the past few weeks to even think about my past trauma, to be honest. I've been trying to literally put it behind me, literally. It's been too much of a distraction for me, so I've consciously put it to the back of my mind.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, Jewel, let's make the most of whatever's ahead. I'm sure we can, as a group, let's put our heads together, guys. Let's make sure that we, help these people just as much as, let's not just take information from this village, just maybe try and help some people while we're here. Let's use the detectives agency's, abilities if we can while we're there, maybe see if we can help
pro bono work.
Yeah. I do wonder. I wonder if my mother has recorded anything that she did not realize. Maybe she knew the family of M, knew of their patronage, perhaps where they came from, how long they have lived. It could be that she has simply been keeping information about the village, and we find out that actually she has kept all this information by accident. I will have to honestly wrap my head around how my father is connected to this. If at all, maybe it is just I don't know. Maybe he wanted to become a better blacksmith, or not.
Yeah. No, we get it, man.
Maybe.
Well, Jewel, we'll just talking about your mother and your father and Lex and Edgius and I don't have anything. I guess the connections I feel right now, right here, are with you four and with Mace. Sure, we want to get Callum back. Callum's on my mind quite often. But I think the present is important right now. The past, very important. But right now, the connections we have here, let's not forget them. We're probably going to need them.
100%.
You are very right. I think that is very wise.
Yeah.
Very good, then. With that sort of statement from Cabin, you'll go silent for a period of time as you just sort of mull that over. And there's small talk that follows that, sort of just chatting around things that have happened and having a laugh and a joke here and berating Mace for his driving as you go over a horrendous bump and it sort of bounces you all up and down. And then slowly the sun begins to dip and sort of the canopy of the forest becomes dark. Mace turns to you all. Perhaps we should find some place to stop. Even my eyesight is not too great in this darkness in this forest. I don't want to end up in any more ditches, shall we say.
Good call.
Good call. Let's rest.
And you come off to the side of the road. And Mace then just turns around and says, Cabin, dear boy, I hope you don't mind, but I took the liberty with your tent, hoping that I could do a little bit with it and sort of just then extend sort of like an awning out the side of the cart, so that there's room for people to kip in the back of the cart, or you could also kip in the tent just sort of to the side of the cart. I'll stay here and sort of shut down and keep watch, as is my way, but if we want to take shifts, that's fine by me. I will be ever vigilant.
It is never a bad thing to take shifts.
Yeah, I agree. I mosey over to Edgius and just elbow him and just make a little gesture to head over to the other side of the cart as everyone is setting up camp and everything. And As we make our way over there, I just say to Aegeus, I trust your feelings. Where are you right now with this whole thing? How do you feel about what you told me before?
I think we need more information about everything that's happening. I think without a clearer picture in front of us, it's hard to kind of work out what we're looking at. My thoughts are, I'm concerned for what we're going to walk into in Jules Village. I think possibly whatever blight or whatever they're mentioning could be far worse and have hurt more people. I mean, I would speculate. I hope my fingers are crossed that Jules' mother has no part to play in the forces we are up against. But the main thing that's concerning me actually is Jules' father.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of him either.
No, Jules hasn't mentioned them once, but yet they're meant to be some plain, day-by-day blacksmith. We've heard of their mother maybe 6, 7 times before today. I'm concerned for what that might bring. But you know, in the same breath, Jules and Lex have never led us wrong. I trust them, you know, empirically, you know, with our lives. As I said on the cart, Kevin, I think we're about to be walking into something that, you know, look, you and I have just been fucking around for the months that we've known each other prior to meeting this group. You know, we going village to village, taking people's money, sleeping drunk, waking drunk, you know, and I think I realized that I left a lot of me behind. And, you know, I thought this a couple of days ago, and then in the chaos I've kind of lost myself again, and I just keep coming back to I'm not the person I once was. I'm not as sharp as a detective. I'm not as strong as a man, you know, so I'm trying to just bring some sort of something to the table at the moment, because I just feel like I'm just struggling to do it. But with that being said, I think what I might be able to bring outside of maybe improving some physical attributes is the communication and synchronicity of the team. I feel like we need to put our heads together more when we're making decisions. I feel like we need to strategize a little bit more. And on top of that, I feel like we need to, you know, combine our things that we're good at. You know, you're good at being strong. You know, Lex is good at magic. Jewel is good at being sneaky, and I can talk the ears off of anyone until they fucking let me do what I want them to let me do. You know, so I think we should really work together to use those abilities to the best of what we can do.
You know, I think 2 things could be true right now, Edge. I think Jewel and Lex can truly not have any ill connection at all to what's going on. But I also think it could be true that Jewel's mother and maybe father, and who the fuck knows, his little sister, who I didn't even know about till 30 seconds ago, might be involved in a way that they're not aware of. And that's what really concerns me right now.
Yeah, I think, look, let's take it one beat at a time. I'll be honest, Kevin, the more that happens, the more that we go down this path, I'm starting to realize that Lex and Jewel are important. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it feels like they carry weight, and it feels like the universe is trying to get them to do something of legend by whatever we're taking on here. I think if you and I can just support them in being those legends, or at least for the time being, growing into those legends, I think we're on the right path.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I'm gonna turn in. I'm gonna go see what Mace is up to.
Potato me, my guy. Fucking catch you on the flip.
I'll see you in the morning, man. Stay away from those fucking mushrooms.
Huh? What? And Edgius has already got his hand in the bag of mushrooms and was about to put one in his mouth. Sorry, what? Oh, this is in the rations? Oh, Mace told me that it was on the left side of the cart. One second.
I said the right side, boy.
Oh, the right. Thank you, Mace.
It's okay. Very good. Jewel, Lex, anything else from yourselves?
No.
Very good. Okay then, as we all settle down and shifts are taken, as the four of you settle down and Mace takes the first shift at least, there's an apprehension about falling asleep. From the night before with the dreams, you all have that silent moment amongst yourselves of, oh god, I hope this night's better.
Beaches, guys. Beaches.
Jewel, you, safe with some knowledge, enter into a dreamless sleep. The other three of you, while you don't dream, each of you pictures a single card. And it just sort of, for one point during your sleep, just comes to the forefront of your waking dreams almost. Lex, you see a card that is upside down with 8 pentacles sort of scattered around it. Edgius, you see an image of a jester or a fool or that sort of harlequin type individual, if you like. And Kevin, you see an image again of a card that is upside down with 4 wands crossed over them. And all 4 of you hear the same voice.
You could have found out, my dears.
All 3 of you, sorry, I should say. And with that, we will close for this evening. A few minutes over time there, but some important conversations had. So not quite at Stonebark Village just yet, but it is coming, and we will see what Jules' family has to do with everything that's going on and what secrets are there. But thank you all for joining us once again. Thank you for all the support that we've got over the last couple of weeks since we returned from Christmas, and thank you for the continued support since the beginning of Campaign 2, since those that have supported us all the way through Campaign 1 as well, and all of our little one-shots. Thank you so much. Thanks to Tom Bodie once again for joining us. Still part of the family, very much part of the family. We love having you here, as do the viewers and fans, I am sure. Please do not forget to go and follow on the social media channels, like and subscribe on YouTube, and make sure you hit the notification buttons. Please follow us on Twitch as well, so you don't miss the notifications. And as I say, we will make the VODs available on Twitch straight away, but if you want to then watch the video on demand, you can go check that out on YouTube on Friday. Please come and join us on Discord. I don't know if I've already said that, I might have been repeating myself there. And if you are on the podcast, please just leave us a little rating or review on there as well. We appreciate you all. So that is us for tonight. We will return next Monday with the next instalment of the Planar Detective Agency. But until then, stay safe. We love you all, and we will see you next time.